Hey,
Hey yo,
Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode 108. I'm Alex. It's Addy. It's Pink. Let's fucking go. Alright. So, we got no topics to really go over. So why don't we just go ahead and start off with what everybody's doing on their channels? Pink, you doing anything on your channel?
I hope so. I'm wanting to pump out some more of the Inca Civ 6. I need to restart my Guitarja Civ playthrough because I believe that was done before the latest update, which has now kind of thrown everything there off kilter. I'm not sure what's up with it, so I'm just going to trash it and start over. Because I didn't get very far, so I'm not losing too much, but
Latest update?
I started it before when did they update it? September?
Oh, okay. I was about
So
to say.
going back to it now, some things aren't working properly, like coral reefs don't give you that science adjacency bonuses
Yes, they saw.
or anything like that. So
Okay, I was about to ask, like, they didn't patch the game and I wasn't aware of it, because they need to fix that shit and they're not going to fix that shit. I think one of the primary selling points of the fucking third expansion is going to be we fixed the fucking Pantheon exploit. Alright. Addy, what you doing on your channels?
the usual.
Okay. And on my own channel, I'll be putting out, I think the usual. On Thursday, more episodes of Total War Medieval 2. Saturday, more episodes of Civ 6 with the guys. Tuesday, I think a pilot. I'm not entirely sure.
And then
Uh,
let me check what the forums channel has going up on the last week of freaking of the year of the decade.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's some weird shit, isn't it? Is this the last podcast of the decade? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes
it
it
is.
is. Next
Oh,
So I
Saturday will be in 2020.
so
Jesus.
I guess we should also talk about that sort of stuff then.
Yeah, after we talk about what's going up on the channel.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm checking. So on Monday, the last video of the year is Devil May Cry. I think,
Oh,
Very nice.
unless I set something up
yeah.
that I'm not. I did set something up. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong month. All right. So yes, that, and then the first video of the next year is King of Fighters 98.
Okay.
What a way to kick off the new decade.
With a game from 1998.
Yeah, dig it.
All right. So, all right, I got a question for all of yous. We'll start with Pink. What was the highlight of gaming for the 2010s for you, Pink?
2010s in general. Let's see. Highlight for gaming.
We could divide it up into like what would be the highlight as a concept and what would be your favorite game of the decade.
Right.
Like,
I don't know if I could come up with a favorite game of the decade. I'd have to think really hard about that.
I could probably give you a very easy answer. Smash Ultimate.
2K20.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
2K20.
2K20, absolutely. Yeah, I think Smash Ultimate is a definite contender. I've sunk a lot of hours into that. I've sunk a lot of hours into Civ 6. I've sunk a lot of hours into what else did I play this decade? Back in 2000, probably at the start of the decade, when I was a little youngster, I probably would have been sinking a lot of time into Lego Star Wars.
At the start of this decade?
Speaking of, the second game is gonna be free on gold, which is gonna be fun.
What, Lego Star Wars 2?
Yes,
That game's
I'm,
fucking
I'm
ancient.
Yeah.
I'm gonna freaking download the game just for the nostalgia.
I mean, you can if you want to. Nobody's saying you can't. The I think Smash Ultimate would probably be it for you, but I can't speak to how much experience you put in with Lego Star Wars. That's just,
No, that's not the game of the decade contender. Just a
Especially
lot of
considering it
nostalgia
came out in
there.
like 2004,
Right.
which I think I probably played it when it actually had released. So that's a bit of an odd divide between you and I.
I never had any of the cool stuff growing up. I had to wait until I was like 13.
Ah,
You had to wait until the young age of 30.
Yeah. Remember, I was the guy who was still playing Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo when everyone else was just then back in 2004, I want to say, getting PS2s.
just then the PS2 was
Probably
in its
earlier than
prime.
that because PS2 was like 2002, maybe?
PS2 was
No,
2000. The
2000.
PS2,
2000.
yeah,
Wow. I
the
thought.
PS2 is as old as I am, so yeah.
All right. I thought the PS1 was just ending life in 2001.
Well, I mean the PS1, like generally speaking, the opening years of a new console and the dying years of the previous console do tend to overlap.
That is true.
The PlayStation 2 took 4 fucking ever to die, particularly in 2000.
That one
I
almost
I
lasted
love
into this next decade.
I love how the PS2 only died after its freaking grandchildren came out.
Yeah.
It was a stubborn old mule.
Well, I mean, if we're just talking about Pro Evolution Soccer or whatever, then yeah, that shit doesn't really count, does it?
No, not really.
Like that's fucking. I don't know my soccer games, but to my understanding, Pro Evolution Soccer is about as big European jank as you can get. So.
No, there's also the freaking manager simulator game that's worse.
Yeah. There's
I wouldn't I only know by proxy because freaking like my sister's one of my oldest sister's boyfriends really liked soccer, and I was also somewhat into gaming, so she got him that manager simulator, and I just looked at the freaking the back side of the CD case, and boy, that game looked like it came out of 2003.
Oh yeah.
It was the newest one.
Oh my dad bought a American Football Manager game because it had Tony Dungy on the front, and let me tell you, that one fucking sucked. No disrespect to Tony Dungy, but it is weird how sports flips between being some of the highest budgeted stuff in gaming and being some of the lowest budgeted stuff in gaming.
Sometimes at the very same time.
Yeah. Look at Day 2K20.
Exactly.
See also Tony Hawk.
Yeah, yep, that's up there too.
When's the last time a Tony Hawk game came out? When do you
Just
think he was last relevant?
Just recently, actually, his newest game is on the phones, and it's actually just on a different phone game, retextured to be a Tony Hawk game.
Well,
Oh, that's incredible. I respect the hustle.
wait, was the one they reskinned Ollie Ollie?
No,
Okay.
no, it was called like Skate Park Plus or something like that. I
Yeah.
forget.
Imagine they reskin Angry Birds into a Tony Hawk game.
But
That'd be awesome. You just
yeah.
throw fucking Tony Hawk and Bam Margera around.
No, you throw skateboards at a half pipe.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Gotta have that freaking true to real life feel.
Yeah.
Oh man. I apparently accidentally found a boss fight in Dark Souls, so that's cool.
Oh, what a way to kick off your day.
Yeah, I hate to mix in a little bit of Let's Play in this podcast, but I mean,
It's happening.
I was casually strolling along, and then this rock stood up, and a health bar appeared, and I was like, "Oh, well,
That is not a friend.
hello."
I hope you'll find a freaking Neo wall. That would be the funniest shit.
Oh man, no, the illusory walls in Dark Souls don't fight back. You hit them. And
No, I know.
I love
But
that
it
they
would be
do
fun-
fight back
yeah.
in Neo, though. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's let Pink in here. So ordinarily, it's a Dark Souls tradition that some walls are fake, and if you hit them, they disappear, right?
All right.
Neo retains that tradition, but the walls do not disappear. They turn into very, very aggressive thwomps with legs and arms that beat the shit out of you.
The walls hit you back.
And the only way to know that a wall is the Thwomp is that they have large angry eyes, but then you don't see the angry eyes if they have them closed.
Oh, right.
I feel like New Vegas came out probably 2009, but I didn't play it until probably 2014.
No, New Vegas was 2011 or 2010.
Ah,
Fallout 3 was 2008, I want to say.
okay, that's where I got that disconnect.
Yeah.
It's definitely an old engine, but at the same time, they never really updated their engine.
Yeah. No, they probably won't. Didn't they even say, like, Elder Scrolls 6 is only going to make slight adjustments or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Bethesda, the telltale of RPGs.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright. What was I going to say? So, New Vegas, I think, would be one of your contenders in Smash Ultimate, but also Siege.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that as well. I've sunk many a day into Siege, and that surprises me every day, because if you had asked me back when I was in college, back in 2015, 14, I don't know. When I was a young man growing up in this world, if you had asked me, you'd see yourself growing up one day and becoming an online gamer in one of the most unforgiving online environments ever, one of this most hyper-realistic, ultra-frustrating game called Rainbow Six Siege. Do you see this as your next path in life? I would be like, heck no. I'm going to be playing Mario my entire life.
Yo, what if we patched Rainbow Six so that every time you die, it brings up the Dark Souls you died screen?
I was thinking similarly, but I thought about replacing operator sounds with Fox yelling here.
Every time you win a round, instead of saying round victory, it just says you defeated.
Perfect. Yeah, that's actually that handful there. Probably my top contenders for my game of the decade: Smash Ultimate, Civ 6, Rainbow Six, and
Well, let's move it up to a top 5, and you have a 5th one to complete the lot. Because you're up to 4 here. Let's go for clean number 5.
probably New Vegas.
Civ 6, New Vegas, Siege, Smash Ultimate, and Lego Star Wars.
Oh, childhood me would agree, but adult me is like, no, that's not quite there.
No. You really like collecting various stormtroopers? I mean, when I was a kid, I thought that was the raddest shit, but now not so much.
Yeah.
Alright. Addy, your top 5 games.
Jeez, I wonder.
Yeah, okay. Assassin's Creed,
yeah.
Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed.
No, actually not. Like top game of the decade, probably Brotherhood. Just
Brotherhood came out at the start of the decade. It was like 2010 or 2011, wasn't it?
Brotherhood was
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah. It was AC2
2011.
Yes, AC2 was 2010. Freaking hell.
Man, even back then we knew it was going to be a fucking one-a-year franchise, huh? AC2
You knew it
wasn't
from
even
the
a success
get-go.
yet. That's a gamble right there, that is. Like, if AC2 would have failed, would Ubisoft have just died?
That's an excellent question.
It's
'cause
actually
they did put a
possible.
lot of stock into that right off the bat.
It's possible because remember, Ubisoft used to work like freaking THQ. Look where THQ is right now.
Very true. Do you think that was actually kind of smart on their part? Because how many other games do you think were out at that time that could really compete with Assassin's Creed? There were probably a few, but none immediately come to mind.
Maybe Prince of Persia.
Right, but that
It's
was kind of
also
dying out.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I mean,
So they
competing
were
with,
their own competition.
I mean, admittedly, competing with yourself still isn't very good business. That's Harada outright said that's why Tekken Cross Street Fighter isn't happening, because it's going to wind up draining money from Tekken 7.
Right.
Which, I mean, as someone who likes Tekken 7 but is way more interested in Tekken Cross Street Fighter, that's real sad.
I just want to see Harada doing Judy good, where Capcom didn't.
I mean, the thing, you keep hoping for that. Who's to say that he'll choose SF4 jury over SF5 jury?
True.
I mean, the only reason that Akuma is his SF4 version in that game is because fucking SF5 Akuma wasn't a thing yet. Okay, let's just go back to the core thing. Let's not get off track here. So Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
Going further than that, do you think one of them would be Yakuza 0?
Probably not Zero.
Really?
Yes, cause
Zero's everyone's favorite.
Zero is really good, but I feel like I enjoyed Kiwami 2 a bit more.
Really? Okay.
Like as much as I don't like the new fighting mechanic, felt like the overall like the Dragon Engine messed up the fighting mechanic, but gave life to so much else
Yes.
that I can't just go, oh well, the fighting sucks now,
Yeah,
so it's not good.
yeah, the Dragon Engine in 6 felt a little awkward to me, the 6 demo that I got to play. But the first moment that I fucking hucked a guy through the front window of McDonald's, I was like, you know what, this is worth it.
And
Just-
sadly, yeah.
Just to
Go
let
ahead.
Pink and whoever might not know in the audience in. Yakuza 6 introduced what was called the Dragon Engine, which is a system that basically makes there be no loading zones in Yakuza, no longer any instanced areas. And that means that you can carry the fight all over the place and just huck people through whatever windows, carry them down the street, because you want to really fight them in this specific place.
I like it.
But the thing with Yakuza is that like I see it less as a series of games and more as a series of story. So it's like I don't like specific games. I like specific parts of the story. Some of them overlap between the games.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I think Yakuza is definitely a series where story is very important, but I think gameplay is also pretty important.
gameplay is also pretty important. But like when I'm thinking of freaking when I think of Yakuza 4, I remember the story and not being stuck with Sayajima getting shot by a sniper,
Huh.
which did happen. It was not fun.
Oh yeah, when I saw how guns worked in Yakuza, I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad at some point. I don't know if it'll happen in this game, but in some games.
The issue isn't even the guns. Like the sniper is easily outmaneuverable. It's just that to do moves with Sayajima, you need to stand still basically. Like that's all of his moves.
He has
and-
power stance.
Yes, he is power stance, and
I can see where you'd be mad about that.
and the sniper takes a while to shoot, and you do get a freaking clear indication that he's about to shoot, but it's hard to move when you're locked into an animation while also fighting 3 other guys who are meleeing you to death, while also getting shot by the sniper, thus getting knocked back into the other people's combos.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of guns that deal hard hit stun. I
Yeah.
understand putting soft hit stun on your guns, but putting hard hit stun I think is a bit of a problem.
I don't think it's hit stun. It's just that the freaking AI times it perfectly most of the time. Where when the shot hits me, the guy is like about to hit my face.
No, to me that sounds like a hard hit stun problem. But I mean,
It could be. I don't know.
I'm playing Dark Souls. Actually, Dark Souls is actually better about that than Yakuza. I know that's a phrase that's not nice to hear, but Like, there are lots of ranged assholes in Dark Souls, and it's one of the more infamous parts of the game that they will harass you at range without care. But the arrows, when you get hit by them, only deal a little bit of hit stun. It's just sometimes it hits you at the wrong fucking time.
Yeah, dude.
I just
Like,
remember in
yeah.
Yakuza, some enemies had guns that like would full on knock you flat on your ass, and I was like, this is the actual worst.
Oh yes, Kiryu can learn to not do that.
How
But
far do you have to get in the game for that?
I don't remember. You just need a lot of money. That's what I do.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the big like the thing I have had more issue with throughout the series is less guns, because like gun people I can just run up to and then hit them like on the top of the head like twice and they just drop the guns. Also their life possibly. But like people with freaking knives. Have you fought people? Have you fought people with knives?
Oh, I have. I didn't have that much trouble with them, but that's because I don't block that much in Yakuza.
Yeah, in the freaking in 3, you have to block,
That
and
makes...
there's people with knives.
Ah, okay. In Zero, I thought knives broke through guard automatically.
Yes, they do.
Okay, okay.
But like in 3, from what I remember, like not just 3, but I don't know which game it was in, the part that I'm remembering having a lot of issue with knife people. Anyway, there was this part where there were like a couple of thugs, a couple of big grabby boys, like 3 people with tantos, like the small
Yeah, tiny
small light.
katanas. Katana
Yeah,
daggers, so to speak.
yes, those. And then there was I trying to deal damage to the group with, I don't remember freaking if there was a style or not, whatever. Anyway, that, and it's like every second that I tried, like every time I tried to block a big guy trying to hit me, or like the flurries of punches that the small thugs do, I couldn't block because the knife guy attacked me then. And I couldn't outmaneuver them because they filled most of the freaking room.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, to get back on topic, so you would also throw
Yes.
in Yakuza Kiwami 2. What would be the other 3?
The other 3, let's see. Well, do we count decade from 2010 to 2020, or do we count decade from 2011 to 2021? Because some people argue that freaking there was no year 0 or whatever.
I would say 2010 to 2019, but that's just me.
Well, let's see. I don't freaking know what games came out. That's the hardest part. All right.
Oh, I mean, I'm trying to think of any Assassin's Creeds that have came out that you've been quite fond of other than Brotherhood.
I kind of yes.
Really, when you say you love Assassin's Creed, you mean I love Brotherhood.
Well, it's less that and more that I kind of disqualified the rest of Assassin's Creed just to not have too many of the same games on the list.
I'd say it's reasonable to just say, well, the entire Ezio trilogy, Yakuza Kiwami 2, and some 5th game.
No, there's different parts of Revelations and 2 that I dislike too much, because Revelations, I don't know why. I've played through Revelations 3 times. It doesn't click with me. Like the story part, I like better than Brotherhood. I like some of the gameplay mechanics that they introduced in it, but it just doesn't fit together. Like it's not it. I don't see it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
And then
it's the one with the fucking tower defense, right?
I never had to play tower defense. I've played through the game 3 times. Once on the original, twice on the remaster. Never have I had to play through the freaking tower defense game, aside from the tutorial. There was a time, like I played through, I don't know, like half of the game with 100% whatchamacallit,
Completion.
notoriety. No, notoriety. So I played through like half of the game with 100% notoriety, which means that the tower defense minigame will get triggered sometime. It never did.
Oh man,
Ever.
that's just pure luck then.
Yeah.
I mean, does that really
So
count?
I don't know, like I'd argue for or against the tower defense minigame if I actually could experience it, but the game refuses. Like
Apparently, Jesus.
yeah. And it's like I don't know what I'm doing differently than other people that I get to not play the game.
You get to not suffer.
And Ezio showed up on me. But yeah, and then as for Assassin's Creed 2, I just dislike young Ezio so much.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing, though admittedly it was from Ted, and Ted is Ted.
The funny thing is, like, even freaking Roger Craig Smith was like, well, throughout the first half of the game, I was like, I hate this guy. So you know, even the guy who voices the character.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
I've
Uh,
only seen bits of AC2. Did the cutscenes where it's him and like the girl that he was in love with when he was really young.
let's see if I remember her
Before
name.
he became him.
Yeah, I know. Bloody hell, what's her name? Uh,
Vespucci. She was Amerigo Vespucci's sister.
Christina.
Yeah. She were those cutscenes directly ripped from AC2?
Uh, probably no. Like,
Okay.
did you find him during playing Brotherhood?
Yes.
Then definitely not. No, those were there to fill out the whatever happened to Christina part of the story. Like Christina, all that Christina sees in 2 is Ezio climbs up to her room at night to have sex, and then his father is angry and Ezio runs away, and that's Christina Vespucci.
Okay. Yeah, because Brotherhood went a little bit more in depth, but not much.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
yeah, other games. I guess let's add Sengoku Masarayuki then to this, because it was 2016.
yeah.
So yeah, there's 3.
All right.
And
I,
then,
I guess then, sure.
freaking Tekken Tech 2, I guess. Like I don't know if I would like Tekken Tech 2 or Tekken 7 better, because Tekken 7 has better gameplay, but Tekken Tech 2 has more characters.
Which automatically makes it better.
But the thing is, like, overall, is despite actually trying to not suck at fighting games, I am still a casual at heart. So it's like I see a game with a lot of characters, I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting.
Yeah,
And
I
then
get you. There are definitely a lot of games, I mean, Smash Ultimate, that the appeal is, look at this massive fucking roster.
yeah, there's also the thing where I don't remember which game it was. It was like an indie fighting game, and it's like, oh, it's all footsies, it's all well balanced and shit. There's 4 characters. Like,
Uh,
that gets boring pretty fast.
I mean,
I'm gonna assume.
you're entitled to what you believe. Like, if there's depth to those characters, then I think it can be a lot of fun.
I don't know, cause like, you know, I need to find a good reason to play a game instead of another game. Like, you know, why should I spend time practicing this 4 character fighting game when I could play through Assassin's Creed Brotherhood for the 30th time? That's not actually that's not actually my reasoning, but you know.
I mean, yeah, I get your logic there. I mean,
And it's like,
if it doesn't
yeah,
appeal to you, like that's arguing a different subject. Like if you're just saying it doesn't appeal to you, then by all means it would be a waste of your time. but for some people it would appeal to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways. I'm surprised you didn't include Exard up there.
I forgot that came out this decade.
Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, if you run into a rolling boulder from behind, it apparently still hits you. So...
Makes sense. You got caught.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where it got caught, but it did.
Yeah,
It did.
I guess Exort since freaking I don't know what else.
Oh!
So yeah, 2 fighting games and freaking Assassin's Creed.
On brand.
Basically. Yeah.
Alright. For my own personal 5 games of the decade, ooh, that's a difficult question. That I play a lot more games than you guys do. Oh, fuck. Let's see. Well, Red Dead first. Red Dead Redemption. Not Red Dead 2, Red Dead 1.
When did the game come out?
2010.
Yes.
Ah. Just on the cutoff date.
Yep. I just barely made it in. I'm not going to consider Bloodborne because I just played it, so I'm still a little hot on it, and who knows whether or not the, fucking... Ow! The fucking honeymoon lasts. Because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it really doesn't. Oh... I mean... I've actually not put as much thought into this as I expected. But I suppose... Well, Devil May Cry 5. Yeah, Devil May Cry 5 would be up there. I might put Bayonetta up there, honestly. No, I wouldn't. The fucking... the stupid shoot-'em-up sections pass. I'm looking over the game
What, don't you like Space Harrier?
Oh, I love Space Harrier. You know it. You know it, brother. I'm the biggest Space Harrier fan. I can't get enough of that shit. But... I don't want to just go for all rash choices of games that came out in the last year, but Resident Evil 2 HD Remake would also be up there. Persona 4 did not come out this decade. It came out in 2008. So that one's not up there. Barring that, maybe Spec Ops The Line? Maybe? I've never played through it a second time. I just did like its story enough going in. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to rush on quick and get to... Alright. Red Dead, Bloodborne, Devil May Cry 5. What other games did I put in it? Injustice 1. Injustice 1. I'll throw Injustice 1 up there.
Oh.
Yeah. Injustice 2 I liked a lot at first, but it soured with time.
Because of all the stupid gear.
Uh-huh. Injustice 1 is better because it doesn't have any fucking metagame nonsense. It's just a fucking fighting game.
I enjoyed it at first, but then it soured on me. The Nether sentence.
Yeah. Like, Mortal Kombat 9 has also aged very well. I would say Mortal Kombat 9, but I don't think I've put enough time into it. And barring that, for big ol' numero cinco... how could I forget Total War Warhammer 2? Alright, there we go. There's my big 5. Alright. What change in the industry, what positive change in the industry was your favorite, Pink, of this decade?
I like that the controllers are wireless now.
Yeah.
I really dig that.
Well, Xbox needs to catch up in one regard, and it still runs on fucking batteries for them.
Yeah. Not the freaking Elite 2.
Oh, that's good. That's actually pretty good.
So they are catching up.
Hopefully they drop that with the sex, or the Xbox sex. XX. Yeah, there we go. That works. But like, yeah, I remember when I first got the PS4, one of the big things was like, holy shit, I don't need to replace the fucking batteries in this thing once a fucking hour. That was a pretty good change. The Addy, what would you say was the best change in your eyes of this decade?
Game sharing.
Game sharing?
I mean, like share play.
Share play, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty
'Cause-
solid. I'm always just scared of it, you know.
Like the thing is, without SharePlay, we wouldn't have been able to play through Contra and stuff like that. And it's like
That we wouldn't have been able to play Street Fighter. I mean, it helps that I've now got much. It
What
helps
the
that
heck?
it helps for you and me that we've now got much better internet.
yeah.
But like Pink gets nothing out of share play.
I mean, Pink gets nothing out of SharePlay because he doesn't have a PS4, but you know.
That is an excellent point.
Well, Steam now has it. Steam has share play now.
Yeah. We'll need to test that, how it works.
Yeah. I mean, the way that could be, you could end up playing games that are like way too good for your PC because my PC will actually be the one running it.
Yeah. Imagine the possibilities. King of Fighters 14. Not 14, 13. There we go.
Oh, your computer can run KOF 13. It's sprites. It's good-looking sprites, but that's it.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
I haven't tested it.
And for me, Game Pass is pretty neat. If I played games by myself, I don't think I'd get as much use out of Game Pass because I'd rather buy a game and put 100 hours into it rather than pay the subscription and put 5 hours into 100 games, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get your point there, definitely.
But if you're a multiplayer player with a lot of friends, Game Pass is fantastic.
Which is still a loss.
Kind of, yeah. Depends on what Game Pass is offering at the time.
Freaking call me up when we do a raid in Halo.
Yeah. But I mean, we did get Terraria out of it, and we got, what else? There was another big game we got out of Game Pass. Obviously,
Farming Simulator 15.
Yeah, can't forget that.
Yeah.
Human Fall Flat. That one was pretty solid. Was For Honor Game Pass or Gold?
It was
That
gold.
was gold.
I know there's a big one that I'm forgetting. But anyways, I think that's a pretty solid change. I think it represents a bigger industry change as well. That could be a kind of new direction, and I know it's one that some people would be more scared of, but as long as it's kind of an optional service and you can still buy the games themselves, I don't think it's hurting anyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aside from that, I don't... I think there's been a strange kind of change, particularly in the last 6 or 7 years, where Western yearly titles got too big, you know? Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed got too big.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can rag on Dark Souls a lot, and I know, Addy, you're not fond of Dark Souls, but to me, Dark Souls represents the beginning of kind of the Japanese resurrection in Western gaming, you know? It's one of the bigger points of, like, the transfer. Because for a good while there, Eastern gaming was doing terribly in the Western market. Like, I mean, for how fucking long did we go without a Street Fighter sequel? 10 years? And then the Street Fighter sequel we got was Street Fighter 4, so... But, like, around the time of, like, 2011, 2012, it did start to transfer, and there was more of a comeback there. And partially it was due to Capcom turning around as a company in 2015, and they've always played a big part. Sony kind of taking over the reins again, becoming the top dog for a little bit, though who knows who will take over next time, because Sony could be like, hey guys, so we've announced a new way we're going to fuck you in the ass, and Microsoft's like, alright. That's always how it goes. The only reason PS4 sold better than the Xbox One was because the Xbox One had all those controversies.
Yeah, completely fumbling their marketing campaign from the get-go.
Microsoft announces backwards compatibility with PS1, PS2, and PS3.
um, it's a fucking seesaw. It's a fucking seesaw, is what it is. Because whenever you're on top, you push your advantage too much, and you wind up giving it to the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Nintendo.
Yeah, and then there's Nintendo, who's just decided they're going to play another game. Well, Nintendo also. That's another part of the kind of Japanese resurgence. There is the Nintendo decided it was going to stop being an idiot for a little bit because the Switch, this
Yeah.
after the GameCube was. I mean, to Nintendo's credit, the GameCube was the video game ass console, and it didn't do nearly as well as they wanted. So I can understand them wanting to get more experimental with the Wii as a marketing ploy. But they stuck with that longer than they should have, particularly considering like the kind of audience that the Wii has is not the kind of audience that is interested in upgrading.
Right.
When your audience is little kids or old people, like old people aren't upgrading. Old people are perfectly fine just having the Wii and having their copy of Wii Sports, and they're fine with that.
Yep.
And kids are either going to want to move to actually doing sports or move to an actual video game console.
Mm-hmm.
So the Wii wasn't sustainable, and they kind of paid the price with the Wii U, it also being a weird gimmick console.
Yep. That one bombed hard. How long of a life did the Wii U have until the Switch came out?
2 seconds.
2 or 3 years. I mean, longer than the Ouya, but still not long.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
I just kind of wish that the freaking Switch didn't have Nintendo pricing on the games.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, I have a Nintendo Switch. I love it. I have 3 games for it.
The thing that's
that's all you're gonna have.
The thing that's keeping me from freaking getting a Switch is the fact that all of the games cost upwards of freaking $30, and it's I freaking bought the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection for $10, and then I look over to my freaking to the video game shop that's closest, and they have a used copy for the Switch, and it's $30.
I got a better price than that digitally. Like, is it just a thing like, oh, in Hungary you don't buy Nintendo stuff, or?
Actually, I think that I'm pretty sure Hungary isn't even supported on the eShop. So yeah.
Oh well, there it is. Yeah, that's. Some people have to work to get imported copies of like Sengoku Basara or whatever weird porn game. Some people work to get imported copies of Mario.
And the weird thing is, like, the freaking Nintendo was really big over here, and by the Nintendo being really big, I mean that the freaking we fueled the Chinese market for like 5 years, buying so many pirate Famicoms.
Oh Christ! All right. Let's see. Okay, now let's hear the worst 5 games of the decade. Pink.
Oh man, I need to think about this.
I think there's going to be a big,
Should I?
I think there's going to be a big divide here between cases where like Pink might have issue with bad game design, but Addy would have issue with bad business management.
I can go first if you want me to, Pink. So
do it so I can think of something.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's my worst 5 games.
I'll call
The Witcher
one right
3,
now.
The Witcher 3, The Witcher 3, The Witcher 3, and The Witcher 3. There you go. There you have it.
Hang on, you forgot some. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Really?
Like,
You're always the one here who wants to take a stand against microtransactions.
I'll take a stand against microtransactions when it's relevant. But like Battlefront 2, while I haven't checked it out since, supposedly has removed all like most of the shit. So Battlefront 2 might be good. Launch Battlefront 2 definitely though.
Is it like the No Man's Sky, but replace false promises with microtransactions?
Yes, from what I've heard, yes. But yeah, yeah.
No, go ahead.
But like a real list would be something like depending on what we take as legitimate issues with the game. Because like The Witcher 3, I have problems with all around. I just find it to be a mediocre, boring game.
I mean,
But then,
if we're
yeah,
saying we're against a game based off its community, I think there are ones that we can go worse than Witcher.
Undertale.
Yeah, Undertale's up there, yeah.
And actually, you can put that on the freaking list because I have issues with the actual game as well. So
Ugh.
but like with Dark Souls, I can't freaking like I could put Dark Souls on the worst list for me because it started a trend that I very much dislike. But then I haven't played Dark Souls, and I haven't played Dark Souls all the way, and the small bit that I did play in the freaking demo was better than I anticipated. So
Yeah. Well, Dark Souls 1 is also in a weird spot where even the other Dark Souls communities, even the other Souls game communities, consider the Dark Souls 1 community to be unnecessarily dickish. Which, yeah, I found that out, and that was interesting. Like, the Bloodborne community considers them to be assholes. Like, they apparently always give lots of heat to Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3's fan bases as well. Because guess what? Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 aren't Dark Souls 1, so clearly they're inferior. And, I mean, I gotta say, as someone who's only put in a little bit of time with Dark Souls 2, I like Dark Souls 2's combat structure a lot better than Dark Souls 1's. So I don't think Dark Souls is as bad as Witcher in terms of, like, completely ignorant fan base. But it's certainly got its issues.
Yeah, it's definitely not there with The Witcher, but
well, hang on.
Yeah.
There is still a fan base that is more unfriendly and more unforgiving to noobs.
LOL.
Mm-hmm. As long as LOL exists, Souls will not be able to claim that title.
I don't know, dude, because at least LOL is just freaking confined to PC.
I mean, I don't think that mitigates it that much. I mean, even ignoring that, LOL's community is still much larger than Dark Souls. Like, how many fucking players does LOL have? All of them? Which I realize I'm saying to both of you guys full well knowing I doubt either of you have ever played League.
I don't even know what LOL is.
League of Legends.
Laughing out loud.
Oh.
The MOBA for tools.
Let's see. So yeah.
No, go ahead.
So, I guess my list so far is Witcher, Undertale, Dark Souls, but only the community. Well, only the community and the freaking design expense that people follow, I guess.
You know, 3 of my 5 slots could go to each of the Borderlands.
Fair enough.
I played all of them and didn't like either of them.
Hang on, motherfucker. There are 4 Borderlands now. 1, 2, 3 pre-sequel.
Oh, I forgot about the pre-sequel, because that was Telltale, right?
No, Tales from the Borderlands is actually quite good.
Did all of the Borderlands come out this decade?
Mm-hmm. Borderlands 1 didn't come out this decade, did it? Hang on, I'll look it up. Let's go ahead.
No, but the thing
was
is,
probably late 2009 when that came out.
But the thing is, Pink still has a point because Borderlands 1 didn't get released. So, if we counted Kiwami 2.
If we're counting that, then I can throw many more games on my best list, like fucking Silent Hill. Best game of the
I'm sure there were very many remakes of very good games in previous decades.
The thing is, like, we counted Kiwami 2.
Kiwami's a remake. It's not a remaster. It's a remake. That's
True.
different. Like, by the way, Borderlands 1 was 2009. But, like, if we're counting remasters, then I'll fucking say Silent Hill 2 was the best game of the 2010s, even though the remaster was shit.
But yeah, continue, Pink, I guess.
What else did I despise this decade? A long time ago, I actually bought UFC 2 for like $3 at GameStop and hated it. Yeah,
Oh boy.
I played about 20 minutes of it. I was like, wow, this. I bought it to play a CM Punk just because I'm like, hey, this game's like 70% off. It's not going to cost me all that much. I'll get it for the laughs. The laughs were not worth it. The game was laughing at me, and I took it out, and I don't know what I did with it. I might still have it around. I might not, but the game was garbage.
Oh yeah. Like what was the one that was a launch title for PS4?
I can't remember. And I remember like Knack was a launch title, and that's it. I don't remember any other launch titles.
Neck, Killzone, and Rise Son of Rome were the launch titles for both of this generation consoles. I don't think the Xbox has anything else. The AC Unity.
KI 2013.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Oh wow. I don't imagine that was all too exclusive to the next gen, though.
No, not at all. Other than that, I remember both of them having a distinct first actual title. Like Xbone was unfortunate enough to have Halo 4, which people hated, and PS4 had Bloodborne, which for a good while people called the PS4 the Bloodborne console. So, but up until then, which I think it was about 2015 that either of those games came out, or maybe was it 2014? Whatever.
I don't know.
Like
probably 2014. It probably would have been a lot earlier on in the console's lifespan.
Yeah, up until those came out, though, like this console generation had a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's just kind of how it is when a console starts.
Yeah.
Particularly like for the consoles that were working, the PS4 and the Xbox One were both blatantly launched for improved graphics. So, with each launch title, the appeal was graphics, but not gameplay. And, I mean, I don't know why the appeal to Knack would be graphics, but it was, so I guess some people got a kick out of that. Other than Donkey, I mean. It's going to be different with this generation, because this generation's not that much of a graphical upgrade, honestly. There will be 4K, but I mean, that's not going to make much of a difference. It's mostly going to be processing power in the solid-state drive, but otherwise it's going to be quite similar to PCs,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna be all about the processing power and Solid Snake.
Right.
David Hayter is in now in every game. All of them.
That'd be an interesting addition to some of the games.
I imagine
Japanese princess porn games.
I was going to say freaking like I'm imagining freaking Mario, like freaking Mario Cross Rabbids 3 or whatever, and Snake is just freaking doing an infiltration mission in the background.
Oh, I was just imagining like Mario is now voiced by David Hayter.
That would be better.
Wahoo!
It's a me, Mario. Freaking. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, Pink, did you say your fifth worst game?
Honestly, I can't think of anything I hated off the top of my head. There are a couple that I like played 20 minutes of and then never touch again. Like, I played Assassin's Creed Revelations and didn't play that ever again after probably the tutorial. I played Metal Gear Solid 5, got through maybe the first level, first tutorial, and never touched it again. Completely forgot about it. Haven't ever gone back. Probably won't.
No, probably not.
Let's
Honestly,
see.
That's fine.
Let's see. What did I force you to play that you probably hated? Aside from Minecraft, I mean.
Oh, For Honor,
For
For
Honor.
Honor. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a time.
The Crew 2.
Payday wasn't bad. It was just very frenetic in its graphics, and I don't know. I'm not. What is that called?
The Payday UI does have too much going on.
Yeah.
I would also say Payday's graphics look fucking weird, like with their anti-aliasing. I mean, other than that, like what? Obviously, there's stuff like Zoo Tycoon or whatever, which relatively wasn't that bad. But if we're like considering the games that most tormented Pink,
I sent so many furries after him. He's now one as well.
oh no,
When did that happen?
Last
you didn't
week,
even know. Wait, you didn't know your own fetish, Pink? That's sad.
I was unaware until today. I
Uh,
honestly don't even remember what I said last week to cause that, but here we are.
I think you're lying.
Is this an actual
Yeah.
reference? Did I miss something?
It is. Yeah, I think Pink's like tongue slipped or something, and he says something about being into furries as well.
All right, whatever.
I'll have to listen to our last podcast because I don't remember.
I can't. I wouldn't listen to my own fucking podcast. I was there. I don't need to listen to this shit.
I was there, but I don't remember what happened. Now there's lore I'm missing out on.
Oh man.
Right. I guess I'll finish up my list. So
Witcher, Undertale, Dark Souls. Do you not want
Yeah,
to throw in
actually-
Borderlands?
no. So actually let's make this make this list from worst to best on the worst list. So Witcher is worst. Dark Souls is bad design choices that people copy and the community in the middle. And then let's throw in freaking Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, I knew we were sitting on something that you couldn't think of. I mean,
Yeah.
I think realistically you would throw in Strive and fucking Issachar, no, not Issachar, like a Dragon if they came out this decade. Like those are the biggest personal offenses to you.
Yeah. Actually, Odyssey is the best on this list. That's the thing. Because the one thing that I found worse, but not bad enough to freaking like. I'm thinking about moving Dark Souls up a bit to be better as well. Because freaking the thing I'm about to say, Bulletstorm.
Really? That's a strange pick.
Bulletstorm was just the most boring, unimaginative, freaking shitty ass shooter that I've played.
Here's the thing. I was going to ask worst gaming trend, but like I think Addy's already given us his answers. Witcher 3 and Dark Souls.
Yeah. like I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare and freaking whatchamacallit, the one that everybody hated, Infinity Warfare or whatever. That's yes, the one where you have to shoot Thanos to secure the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
That one in space.
Yes.
With the mech. But yeah, like I played not one but two Call of Duty games in this decade, and they were more interesting than Bulletstorm.
Which is funny because did you ever play the fucking teaser thing for Bloodborne, Bulletstorm that was Boring Shooter 2000 or something like that?
No.
Like it was honest to God the like silliest parody of Call of Duty in the most facile ways. Like all the guns just make boring pew pew noises, and that's the joke. Like,
Yeah, the thing is like
no, go ahead.
the thing is like the game that tries to be funny. It's supposed to have humor in it. It's just not humor that I enjoy. None of the guns, the special guns that I was able to use, or the freaking special abilities, were any interesting to me. And so it's just like, well, okay, yes, there's wacky shit going on the screen, or supposedly wacky shit going on the screen. But I just feel like I should be playing something else. and there was just no
That's what you
enjoyment.
say about literally every game you dislike. I feel like I should just be playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood again. Like, legitimately, every time we talk about a game you don't like, your criticism is, I could be playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood right now. Like, you aren't making a point for saying that the game is bad, you're making a point for why you shouldn't be playing bad games, which is a different argument. Like, nobody's arguing why you shouldn't play bad games. But yeah, I can see where you're going with, like, you at least Bulletstorm was just like I don't want to say sugar because sugar is like for it's too much, while at the same time being fairly lazy in the ways in which it is too much.
Yes. Not that it's too much, but it being lazy. Like, it's just the laziest display of mid 2000s humor,
I
is the best way I could put it.
I've been interested in stuff I've heard about, like it having a style system despite being a shooter. Like, I appreciate that kind of stuff, but like I've definitely seen bits out of the game's like story and the way it works and all that, and it just seems like blatant, like, oh, dude, bro, oh,
Yes, that
explosions.
yes, basically that, but that's also supposed to be a joke sometimes, I
Right.
think.
Well, hang on. Who made this? Cliffy B? Was it
I don't
Gearbox?
know.
Was it
It might have
Gearbox or
been
was it Epic?
Gearbox.
Because Randy Pitchford doesn't have much of a sense for irony or any of that, so I wouldn't expect him to put much nuance in it. I say,
It
is it
is
Randy Pitch?
Gearbox. It
Okay.
is Gearbox. Gearbox Publishing.
Actually, was
It says.
Bulletstorm related to that entire fucking snafu with Colonial Marines?
I don't know.
I feel like it might have been. What game was it that they drained the funding out of Colonial Marines for? Was it? It was Borderlands 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, Borderlands 2.
Yep.
Yes. Right. That's still one of the funniest fucking instances of, like, you scumbag. Like, the fact that he more or less got away with it is the craziest part, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, and the bigger thing of Bulletstorm being here is that I played a lot of games that I consider to be boring because of one reason or another. Like, I freaking played Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker. That game is nothing. It barely exists. But like, I can see some semblance of, something that people might like, which is also something that I consider when I form my opinion on a game. And I can't see anything being good enough, like anything in Bulletstorm having enough thought in it for people to like it.
Really, not even like the stylish execution system.
No,
Really, that
there's
was.
just shit that does it better. So why don't you just play that other thing? Like, it's like, maybe when it came out it was good, but freaking it didn't age well, and it's like, yes, I could freaking play Doom and do stylish executions there, or I could go to Tesco and play Bulletstorm.
Eh.
Because it's
I mean,
like,
again, you're
yeah,
not making points against against Bulletstorm. You're just making point, like saying like Bulletstorm's bad, so play a game that isn't bad. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, uh, I think that comes from me trying to look at games through a reviewer's eyes, and it's like, well, don't waste your fucking time.
I
But like, if
I don't think that's
to
really
raise, yeah.
necessarily a reviewer's eyes. I think that's the way everyone looks at things.
I don't know, dude. There's legitimately a freaking phone game that's just like the what should we call it? The idea behind the game is just you don't play the game. That's how you succeed. You just open the game on your phone and it's running, and that's how you win.
Well, I mean, art games are art games, so
It's not an art game. That's the thing. It's a gacha game. Like,
people have addictions. That's nothing new.
or at least I think it's a gacha game. I don't know. It's something like AFK Arena or something.
Oh yeah,
That-
there's all kinds of those. People like the idea of achieving something by doing nothing. Like, that's the appeal there.
But like, yeah, like I didn't find anything in Bulletstorm, at least the time that I put into it. That was, and that had enough thought put into it that I found it satisfying. Everything just seemed to be either for a joke or to look cool. And I mean, I like looking cool in video games, but I also like looking cool in video games because I achieved something to look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. All right. So, all right, let's see. Oh, for my worst games of the decade. Well, I mean, I'm looking at it from a different view from you guys. I'm not gonna say like least favorite. Like, okay. First things first. Fallout 76. In spite of the fact that I actually had fun with it when I did get to play it, that game is objectively an insult to fucking anybody's intelligence.
I honestly go a step further and just say Bethesda.
I mean, Bethesda made New Vegas, which is, well, they didn't make it.
Bethesda didn't make it. They published it.
They published it. But, I mean, New Vegas is still good. I mean, other than that, I'm trying to think of... Honestly...
New Vegas is all they have.
Yeah.
It's all they have.
Well, I mean, Dishonored's a good stealth game.
Eh.
I've heard really good things about Evil Within 2.
I heard really good things about Skyrim, but it was all wrong.
Skyrim is a good game once you get somebody else to make it. You have to buy it on PC and download three fucking overhauls and a complete fucking bug fix patch.
This reminds me. There's a guy I watch on YouTube who does mainly Skyrim content, like him just freaking goofing around in the world and stuff like that. So he recently got a new PC, and he forgot to install one of the 300 mods that he had, so the game refuses to freaking start up now.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how a cookie crumbles, honestly.
Like just the fact that like most of those 300 mods aren't even like silly shit. It's just like there's flowers now. That's the thing.
I mean, if you got graphics mods to make the game look pretty, that's a little different. Like there are already flowers in Skyrim. They just look like shit when you look at them up close. If that really offends you, then that's your prerogative. But I can't see that really borking anything in the game systems.
But like I just found it funny how it's not like most of the mods aren't even like shit like freaking exploding chickens, which that's another thing that he has. But yeah, it's just like small graphical changes, bug fixes, a better story maybe.
All right, new mod. We fired the old writer retroactively.
Yeah.
Skyrim is no fault of the writer. You can tell that's one where the developers were just like, gameplay doesn't matter. I mean, story doesn't matter. It's all about just let them get married and let them do drugs and we're good. Then we can say the game offers infinite freedom.
I watched a video essay recently about Skyrim and from a guy who really loves Skyrim. And he just went through all of the side quest lines, and I think 3 of the 5 side quest lines were just here's a group of people who were real big in Morrowind and or Oblivion. They are in shambles, and that's the story.
Yeah, and you personally resurrect them.
Yup.
Because you are the chosen one. Skyrim is fucking power fantasy. That's all it is. I mean, a lot of games are, but Skyrim's worse about it than a lot of games.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, like, there was a fucking there were 2 fucking Resident Evil games I'd actually like to throw up there. You know what? I was gonna throw up the shitty Umbrella-based spin-offs. What was it?
Umbrella Corps, I think.
Umbrella Corps and Operation Raccoon City were both horrendously bad games. But I think I'll just put RE6 up there. and settle for that. Because, RE6 is bad. Oh, Devil May Cry reboot. Devil May Cry reboot. That one has to go up there as well. Other than that, I'm trying not to keep it to just games that bugged me. Like, RE6 was insulting. Like, the fact that was classified as Resident Evil classic horror game, and you're fucking running down a highway as it explodes, fucking jumping from car to car as in the midair, you know. As you do.
Hey.
Hey, Soon. Okay. Soon just joins in the middle. Okay.
I was out visiting around London, so that's why.
Okay.
Well, how dare you?
Going on a tour of Europe, he is.
Soon single-handedly freaking brought down the Big Ben, which is why they're now rebuilding it.
Oh, hey, Addy, I got some kurish. Kurish? If you know. It's a Hungarian food, so I assume you would know.
Guyash?
What was that?
Guyash?
I don't know. It's the, like, wrapped bread.
I mean, we have goulash, but...
It's not goulash. No, it's a dessert bread thing.
Ah, freaking the
Kurdish?
pancakes?
Huh?
How is it written? Just put it in the chat.
I have no idea. But it's pronounced Kurdish.
I don't freaking know anything like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway. What were you guys talking about before I came in and made it all about me?
Worst games of the decade.
Oh, this is a fun topic.
So,
Witcher 3!
Yeah, that was Addy's number one pick.
I did a whole bit about all of my top 5 worst games being Witcher 3.
Also,
yeah.
Worst TV show.
I mean, if we want to go the whole fucking circuit, like, here's the thing: Addy doesn't watch TV. What is the thing that unites all of us? Like, if we want to talk about all of entertainment, it could take us a bit.
No, I meant Witcher is also the worst TV show.
That is not the case. I mean, I like to rag on Witcher as well, but I mean, there have been worse TV shows this decade.
I'm being facetious.
I know.
But it was a pretty bad TV show, apparently.
Oh yeah, my parents started it up just to see what it was about, and like hard plot dump.
It's not just the plot dump. The directing is really bad.
Oh, the camera angles fucking sucked.
They tried to do one of those like long shots with kind of like the what was the spy movie with like the West Baptist Church,
Spy Kids
Baptist Church thing, where like the spy ended up killing a bunch of people while mind controlled by music.
I have no idea what the fuck you're even talking about. I'm hearing Westboro Baptist Church killing people because of music. I'm like, what?
Yes, it was. I can't remember that. Oh, Kingsman or something.
Kingsman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Kingsman.
I thought you were talking about a real story. I was like, what the fuck? I never heard of this.
No. No. I was talking about they were trying to do like one of those long action scenes.
Oh, well, yeah, you could just say an extended action scene there.
Yeah, and it just did not work. It was too fast-paced, and it didn't flow well.
I mean, I think if you want to show off how big your dick is when directing an action series or TV show, what you start with is there. And I mean, Marvel's just as guilty of it in their TV show department.
Yeah.
Look at all the fucking hallway fights that happen in each series gets one hallway fight.
Yeah, but some of those are pretty good.
All the Daredevil ones were.
The Daredevil ones are good.
I haven't seen
Not
any
really
of
any
the
of the
others, but
others.
the Daredevil ones, yeah.
I mean, did you guys watch Punisher Season 2? Pink definitely.
Yeah, I did.
I haven't even finished season 1.
I don't know if I finished season 2, but I definitely did watch a lot of it. Yeah, and I didn't finish it. I got about halfway through.
Did you get to the fight with the Russian mobsters in the gym?
In the gym.
Where he beats the one guy, where he beats the one fucking guy to death and cracks his skull open with a with one of those weights you put on the dumbbell.
No, I don't think I did.
That one was a good one. Other than that, like, I mean, we could start off by saying Daredevil good and end it by saying Iron Fist bad.
Yeah. There was also the one towards the beginning at the bar that I thought was pretty good in Punisher season 2.
Yeah, that one was solid, but the camera angles were fucky.
But yeah, Witcher was probably one of the worst attempts at that I've seen. But anyway, back to worst video games.
Oh, the entirety of the Witcher series exists on faux fan service, so
Yeah.
anyways,
I don't
yes,
know. Yeah, go ahead.
Addy said worst games of the decade: Witcher, Undertale, Dark Souls.
I mean, to be fair, I said Dark Souls, the part of bad design that keep people copying, and the community of Dark Souls, not the whole game.
Also, Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm was good.
See, yeah, I was wondering about that because I know you're vocal about some some things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Dante's Inferno was pretty bad.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
that was this decade?
That was 2010.
Oh. Oh no.
But what would my number one be? Mass Effect Andromeda was really bad.
Yeah.
But it was also like, it was so bad that it was actually kind of good. Like, I actually kind of liked it, honestly, in the sense of it was kind of a guilty pleasure just because of how bad it was.
I mean, like, when I saw the first trailers, and it looked like they were going to have, like, weird shit like Devil May Cry air combos, at first I was like, yeah! But then I was like, wait, what the fuck is this doing in Mass Effect?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of any other games I distinctly would have think of you hating. You fucking hated Dishonored, right?
Oh, yeah. Dishonored, I hated that one so much. So much.
Would you throw Skyrim up there?
Skyrim as worst game?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say worst game, because there's also Fallout 76, which I would definitely place way above Skyrim.
76 was number one for me.
Yeah, Fallout 76 is up there. Oh geez, I'm trying to think of all of the games that came out in this decade. There were so many.
We'll go ahead. If you can't think of anything, we'll just carry on. We did also ask top 5 best games of the decade to you.
Oh, top 5 best games?
Yes.
I would say God of War.
God of War 4. I'm going to wager you'd also say Persona 5.
Persona 5.
You were big on Hellblade, weren't you?
Hellblade? I never played Hellblade.
Oh, you were big on Heavenly Blade, weren't you?
Heavenly Blade, which came out a long time ago, 2007.
Yeah.
So, not this decade. The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, Walking Dead.
I wouldn't say that one's the highlight of the Telltale games, though. I would say Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands were better.
Debatable. I mean, I liked all of those, but I would say The Walking Dead just because it set us up for those series as well.
Well, I mean, that's kind of an argument of, do games deserve to be treated differently based on legacy?
I feel like they do. Oh, geez, what else? Stardew Valley was really good. I don't know if I would put it in my top 5, but it was very good.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of grindy for me. All right. And now here's the big question.
Yeah?
Oh, well, well, I'll go ahead and ask you this question as well because you missed it. What was the best like kind of change in the industry in the last 10 years?
The best kind of change.
Like where the industry took a new direction or there was some innovation.
Um. Hmm. That one's a tough one. Oh, another game of the decade for me is Crusader Kings 2. But
Did it
as
come out
far
this
as
decade?
yes, 2011.
All right.
But
Would you put Total War Warhammer up there?
I probably would, yeah. Warhammer 2, because Warhammer just kind of Warhammer 2 is so much better than the first Warhammer.
Well, yeah, it's also just directly got all of Warhammer 1's content
Yeah,
directly
that's
taken
also
over.
true. Except it improves on Warhammer 1's content as well.
Yeah, it fixes a lot of the balance issues, certainly.
Yeah. The best innovation of the deck. What did you guys say?
I went with the resurgence of Japanese gaming. Addy went with Addy. What did you go with?
I went with SharePlay.
SharePlay.
How did
Um,
nobody mention the Xbox and PS3? What were they called? Kinect. The
I
body
was-
motion controls. Those are radical.
Why don't you shut up?
I would say that the best innovation or change in the industry would be RPGs and like RPG mechanisms being implemented into games other than RPGs as well.
I would have considered
Like
that one of the worst trends.
The sense
Yeah.
of not like I just mean like the sense of choice,
Oh, well, I mean, if
Matter.
that's your definition of
But
RPG,
but not when the choice is very gimmicky, like in one of the was it Black Ops 2?
see,
I think.
I've just seen the choice been
That's
handled
bad.
so limply so many times that at this point, like I'd rather just have a singular story path that's just really strong.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between that and the other kind of RPG concept that has like found its way into a bunch of other games, like the open world kind of side of that coin.
Yeah, the Skyrim
That one's-
inning or the Witcher inning.
Yeah, that one is terrible for the industry. That one's very, very terrible.
Also, the insistence on attaching RPG numbers to everything and RPG leveling.
Yeah, that one's also pretty bad. But I actually like the choices being implemented. But only when they're actually well thought out.
Yeah.
Because like we're seeing that get implemented in, for example, like city builders and stuff, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, I just feel like that's a good change that gets me involved more in the game.
That's each their own. All right. Pink, worst big change in the direction of gaming in the last 10 years.
That's an excellent question. Let me. I'm looking at my Xbox, seeing if there are any weird protrusions coming out of it to give me a sign, but it just looks like a box. So, worst trend. Kinect's dead, so that's a pretty terrible trend to go down. Rest in peace.
The thing is, motion control. Kinect is just a part of motion controls, and motion controls was a thing of last decade.
Very true.
Yeah.
Despite what Nintendo wants you to think.
Yeah.
Did Connect come out this decade?
Yeah.
Did?
Yeah. It was like. It's weird because, like, a lot of the big games of the twilight of the last generation, like Skyrim and Mass Effect 3, all advertise on the box, like, hey, we support Kinect. Yell at your fucking Xbox and the Dovahkiin will scream.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It came out in 2010. Huh.
Yeah, crazy enough. I know. I'm trying to... what would Pink really hate that gaming has taken up a lot of lately?
What do you
Like,
say?
like,
Oh, what about mobile gaming?
I mean, is that specifically a grudge for Pink?
Not
I don't
really,
know.
because it's not something I really could say I care about. It's like mobile gaming exists, but it's not like I give it any attention.
No, like,
It's
Pink
like I have
dislikes
a
lack of
phone, so
Yeah.
maybe, but that's about as close as being mad at mobile gaming as I'll get.
Pink dislikes lack of cute girls.
That is true. What I dislike is lack of big girls. We were talking the other day. You were mentioning
Oh
that there was
yeah.
a sumo character in the fighting game, and that it was a girl. I was like, oh wait, that's rad because there are a lot of sumo characters. I've never seen a sumo girl, but then it was just a small girl with sumo moveset. I was like, oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. Games really hate having women that with different body types.
What a shame that is. I love
Like
my body types.
like in Smite, where they're the only women who don't have the same model or base skeleton are like Arachne and Medusa.
I mean, does Aphrodite not have a special skeleton just for her assets?
No, she does not.
She has
actually
two.
has-
She has three skeletons overall.
No, that's the same as like all of the other models. Like Aphrodite isn't any different. She just has like more revealing clothing that emphasizes it.
I mean, part of the way they've set things up is that no, Aphrodite doesn't look special at all because everybody fucking dresses like that in Smite. If they're a woman.
Yeah.
Like,
Even Terra. Terra was terrible.
yeah, Terra is one of the most egregious. I think it could be said like a problem for gaming as a whole is that like not only do all women share the same body type, but like they share the same age. They generally only go between 4 or 5 personality types.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same faces too. That
Same
was a
faces.
big problem with Overwatch when Brigitte got released. It's like her face looks exactly like Mercy. It's
And
just Mercy in
Tracer,
armor.
and Symmetra, and
Yeah.
Widowmaker.
They all
Mhm.
look the same.
Symmetra's actually got a unique face, but everyone else, yeah, you could kind of put them in a blender and it would all come out looking the same.
Yeah, which I'm sure the porn artists are happy about.
Yeah, because artists always struggle to do different faces.
Some of them do.
What?
They absolutely do. Say this as an artist. You will have much difficulty in trying to do different faces.
Like, as much as I love Jack Kirby had 4 faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You either got Reed Richards, Sue, Ben Grimm, or Jack Kirby had 3 faces.
Granny Goodness.
Granny Goodness, you're correct. But Granny Goodness was kind of Ben Grimm adjacent, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, even
Yeah.
Darkseid was Ben Grimm. But who was the fucking detective that was always working with Orion? Because he was also Ben Grimm.
Yes, I forget his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
The fucking
They just
Yeah.
ran out
All of the
They ran
yeah,
out of budget,
every
so
industry,
but yeah, go
which
ahead.
every industry has that problem of homogeny with character design, but especially with women.
The thing with everybody being Ren Grim is that they ran out of budget, so they couldn't hire more actors.
He's following them all.
Oh man, what fucking Jack Kirby eyebrows on the Ben Grimm archetype are bricks. That's how you can recognize Jack Kirby's hot fucking art style is. Does one of these characters look like a brick? If so, it's Jack Kirby. I love him, but that's the way he always identifies strong characters.
Yep.
Oh man. Okay, for Pank the word it's weird to think about because Addie's the one who, out of all of us, is like the most focused on talking about like big changes in the industry broadly. I think. Like I think Pink works on more of a case by case basis.
Because every case is unique
Is it though?
for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I guess the answer then is Pink, the one who plays the least video games out of all of us, is the one who is not vocal on the subject. I guess that's a shock.
He'll be
You know
he'll
what
be
we're
one.
really lacking?
Yeah,
Female protagonists. We need more of those.
I
I'm
don't.
Ones
tired of looking at
Yeah.
dude butts.
diverse female protagonists.
Yes,
Because
that
too
I can
many of
agree
them
with.
are like you go girl types that are just kind of the same character.
Yeah.
I want more freaking Xiao Juns. Xiao Jun was a female protagonist. That is just that was a good character concept. I don't think they pulled her off good in her freaking 2D side scroller shitty game, but you know,
Who the fuck is
she yeah
who are you talking about?
Xiao Jun. The freaking like Chinese assassin trainee that Ezio trained before he died, like literally a week before he died.
Oh, okay. So yeah, nobody I know.
Yeah. But like she was interesting because she traveled from China all the way to Italy to get trained by Ezio, because all of her not clan, basically the assassins got freaking killed because the Templars had enough of their shit. And so she was like, "Well, I need to learn, but also there's just Chinese people, like literally in my ass, trying to blow me up with cannons."
Should we do best protagonist of the decade too,
If you want to, by all means.
and best antagonist?
Yeah, though I think antagonist would be a lot shorter of a list.
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember Voss?
Oh yeah, Foss.
The definition of insanity is was. That was him, right?
Yeah, him.
All right.
He's really good and Better Call Saul. Okay, what are we even talking about? Okay,
Worst trends.
soon. Worst trend.
Worst trend?
Mhm.
I already said the open world nonsense, especially the open worlds that are like really
Empty?
bland and empty.
Yeah.
So Skyrim?
So Skyrim.
I feel like there was a game I played recently where their menus were open worlds.
What?
I don't remember what it was though.
Hang on.
Did you
makes
play
no
Mario
sense.
recently?
What are you saying?
Did you play Super Mario freaking Brothers U recently?
I think the best way I can describe it is, did any of you guys play SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 or
Yes.
are familiar with that
Yes.
the WrestleMania mode, where basically the backstage area was your menu?
Kind of, though I don't think that's too direct. Like, I don't know what you're making an allegory for here, but I don't know that I would call that a menu.
To me, if there's like an open world that you have to navigate through in order to reach your options or your campaign or whatnot, that's an open world menu.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, okay. Alright, anyways, keep on. So,
Me?
yeah, well, actually, I guess you've kind of made your point. Alright, Addy, worst direction in gaming other than Witcher?
Freaking, you caught me off guard. I was going to yell The Witcher 3 into the microphone real loud.
I'm too good at this.
Yeah.
I just do the mind meld and we're...
Let's see. Shitty gaming trends that are connected to The Witcher.
I mean, it could be trends from The Witcher. I'm just saying, like, you can't just say Witcher.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I
did
guess
something from
yeah.
The Witcher.
I guess the freaking the trend of everything becoming an open world RPG with Dark Souls mechanics.
Yeah.
So basically the same as Zoom, but also added Dark Souls salt.
I mean, that's also the same for me. I just wanted to get one specific trend as opposed to several.
I don't know if that's several. Like they just kind of became the same thing for me.
Yeah, they did kind of merge together.
Yeah, Witcher and Dark Souls are kind of adjacent, though I would also consider their philosophies quite different in a lot of regards. Witcher's got a lot more of, for the sake of having more, you know?
Yeah, I'm not saying that the two games these originated from are like are similar. I'm saying that
So you're
down the
double
line,
dipping.
I don't know, because like there are parts that are similar, but I don't think that the two games share too many similarities. On the same or on the other hand, on the same hand, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, on the other hand, I the two like people trying to hit the freaking lightning 30 times. It just basically made the parts of both games that I dislike become one big trend.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the industry is sadly defined by follow the leader, and it can lead that it always leads to a lot of kind of boring sameness. I mean, how many
Yeah.
fucking Grand Theft Auto games were there in the mid 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True Crime, Saints Row,
APB.
Oh,
APB.
the addition of side quests is another one. Like the really bad Skyrim side quests.
Oh
Oh
yes,
yeah.
well that's can we
The
even count that as side quests?
like fetch quests.
Oh, fetch quests are a problem in all RPGs. It doesn't matter which
Yeah.
ones you're talking about.
Like, remember Dragon Age Inquisition?
I do. That
I
is
have
one of the
no
biggest
idea
examples
why
of-
they added the open world because it did nothing for the game. Like the game would have just been better if it hadn't been and if it hadn't tried to do the open world bullshit.
You were there for my talk with Mike on episode 100, right? Where Mike was saying, like, what does it bother you that people are playing Skyrim? And I pointed out his favorite fucking game series ripped off Skyrim and he hated it.
What was that?
Oh, it was episode 100 of the podcast, and we were talking with
What
Mike.
series was it? That
He was trying to defend Skyrim. He was,
Yes,
he
I
was
know.
saying, what's it fucking bother you if I enjoy playing Skyrim? And I was,
Right, I remember this.
and all I said to him was, well, part of Ted's whole issue is that it is influential. So Dragon Age changed itself to try and get the Skyrim money, and he hated that because he loves Dragon Age.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
the
I thought you
same
were
thing
saying
the same thing that Addy's run into is Assassin's Creed has tried to turn into Witcher / Dark Souls,
yeah.
and Yakuza has turned into what, Persona for some reason?
Dragon Quest. Dragon
Dragon-
Quest.
Oh man, everybody knows the fucking money that Dragon Quest's making. Fuck me.
And Guilty Gear turned into Street Fighter.
But Street Fighter is
Maybe.
also. I don't. It's turning into something closer to KOF, honestly.
Yeah.
But like with less mobility's different, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
The lack of a
It's
dodge roll
weird.
is the astounding part. That you are right. I think that the dodge roll could change that up quite a bit.
Yeah, like basically all I want from Guilty Gear Strive right now is just dodge rolls and also juggle combos, and that's basically it. Like I'll be satisfied.
A simple man, you are.
Because like I can't expect Guilty Gear from it, so I might as well just go for something that I still find fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, what you're suggesting right now is an Injustice 2. The only problem is in Injustice 2 you have to spend meter to dodge roll, which is a fucking confounding.
Injustice 2 also has all of the startup frames.
Depends on what character you play.
True.
But like,
Yeah, I did play freaking Harley Quinn that one time.
yeah. Pink, do you remember playing Injustice 2 and finding out that the fucking dodge roll spins meter? Pink, do you even remember using the dodge roll once?
Pink, are you talking?
He's dead.
I used the dodge roll once in the tutorial.
Do you remember the time that I juggled you like 4 times with the same move?
I do. I have fond memories of that. It haunts me every day in my nightmares.
And sometimes
Oh,
Pink
yeah.
just lays awake at night thinking.
Another pretty bad trend is
Oh,
the Oscar bait indies.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
Gone Home. Gone Home was terrible.
Gone Home was bad, but not necessarily because it was Oscar bait or artsy or art house. Like the problem with Gone Home is the moment that's supposed to feel like a victory fucking doesn't.
Yeah.
the moment that we're supposed to be like, yeah, go you, is more of a moment of, you just screwed over several people. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, by all means, you do you. Like, it sets up the weirdest fucking dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Where, okay, Pink, Addy, you guys haven't played Gone Home, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I haven't played it either.
Okay, do you mind being spoiled on it?
Not at all.
Nope.
Okay, so here's the thing with Gone Home. At first, it starts off looking like it's a horror game. You're a sister who's come home to her old family, and nobody's there. And it looks like it's a horror game. It looks like the family's all mysteriously disappeared. Instead, you find out it's actually a walking simulator discussing that your sister, while you've been away from home, your sister has been coming to terms with her sexuality and finding that she prefers the company of women. And your parents aren't entirely comfortable with the fact, but they're at the same time, they're not out and out prejudiced. And it becomes the conflict there is just simply a kind of unease. The resolution of the story is that the little sister in this case decides to steal all the family's money and savings and run away with her girlfriend to the military. And for some reason, God is like A-okay with this, so he also gives really good luck to the parents. And his the dad's book deal passes, the mom gets a big business or something with vegetables. So it's this bizarre fucking moral lesson of steal your parents' money if you're unhappy with them not officially supporting who you are, and then God will look out for them. So it's cool. Like,
I mean, obviously,
it's one of those things where
yeah.
it's a fucking weird moral dichotomy that no one would ever think to deal with. Like, that's fucking skipping a couple steps, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Wouldn't the first rational answer be like, hey, you guys seem to be really uncomfortable with the fact that I'm gay? Like,
I mean, dude, obviously, if people don't immediately jump up and congratulate you on being gay when you come out, then obviously they are bigoted.
right. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I guess we're kind of getting into political issues there, aren't we? Because that becomes an entirely different debate, I guess. But what? Yeah. The problem with Gone Home is not that it's art house. The problem with Gone Home is that it's got a weird, fucked up moral message. Which, I mean, if we want to talk about that, there's plenty of other games this decade that were along those lines too. So
Yeah. And yeah. Then there's like the indie games that like try to present themselves as super, super different. And they all look like every other indie game that's trying to look super, super different.
yeah,
Specifically the platformers.
Night in the Woods.
Night in the Woods. Again, we've just gone back to an art house game about homosexuality. Like, where are you?
Oh, another one. What was it? Firewatch?
Yes, Firewatch was bad.
Oh,
Well,
and
I don't
one
think
with,
the
like,
problem
the
here
ghost,
then is
like
indie. I think part of the problem you guys have is just walking simulators.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do
walking
dislike walking
simulators are
simulators.
terrible. Everybody's gone to the Rapture.
Yeah.
That one, as far as walking simulators go, I've liked some walking simulators, but everybody's gone to the Rapture is just I there's no defending it.
Well, I'm sure there is. I just don't know.
Like, you walk so slow that it's like,
Yo, what if someone made a walking simulator, but it's not walking, but you like parkour all over the place to find the audio files?
What if somebody made a walking simulator, but it wasn't actually a walking simulator, it was a first person flash game.
No, but still, you gotta find like the audio files and everything to read about the story, but like they're hidden and you gotta get.
so
to them
basically,
parkour.
what if someone made Assassin's Creed without all of the gameplay?
Yeah, the educational Assassin's Creeds that they hand out in schools. They basically.
Also, actually, Mirror's Edge.
I mean, Mirror's Edge definitely has combat.
No, I
not
mean
good, but it
freaking
exists.
no, I don't mean that, dude. I mean that if we go first person, that we have to go with Mirror's Edge for parkour shit.
Yeah.
But also, I actually don't think that the educational version of Assassin's Creed is actually a version. I'm pretty sure that's just a freaking option on the menu.
It is?
Yeah.
It is,
Try
yeah.
that out one day. I mean, was it in Brotherhood?
No.
Huh. That
Back in
sucks.
Brotherhood, they actually gave a shit about the story, so it was a part of the story, and it was in the database. It was a database.
Ha!
And then freaking like Sean Hastings is just dead or something, which is sad because he was my favorite freaking modern day character.
He
But
was about the only good one, honestly.
the thing is, we went through the same character development because when Desmond was alive, he hated the shit out of Desmond, and there was never a chance he didn't take where he could shit on Desmond. Then Desmond dies, and there's a freaking text-based scene of him locking himself into a bathroom and just drinking whiskey, crying loud after Desmond's dead. And that freaking summarizes my my relationship with the series as well, I think. But yeah.
What's your
Uh,
worst trend, Dubs?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say the necessity for everything to be open world is pretty high up there, but I'm gonna go with leveling systems in all the wrong places.
Oh yeah, leveling systems. Oh,
What, do you not want to be a level 99 boss
Oh my
in
god.
Mafia City?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about that later when I talk about what I did this week because that's important.
You
you
download
know what
Mafia
sucks
City?
about you know
No,
what sucks
but
the
no,
most about
it's
leveling
actually
systems?
not related to this conversation, but something happened while I was playing a game.
What's up?
It's nothing. I'll talk about it in a second.
Okay. You know what sucks most about leveling systems?
What?
When they have like super high leveled areas that you can just stumble into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward when they do that.
Yeah, that level gating. Yes, it sucks. I played the demo to Yakuza 7, and you
Which
sort
history
of.
does it?
Yep. I played the demo of Yakuza 7, and in that demo, you sort of at level 15 or so. And I just went through to like a freaking like an alleyway that the game didn't like me being in apparently because it sent level 30 guys after me. And
Well,
yeah,
I just want to say, like, I think it's not level gating isn't bad in cases where you can run away as soon as you figure out like, oh, I'm not beating this guy. And also when there's a clear level gate of like there's a choke point to get into this area, there is a big fucker, and if you can't beat that big fucker, don't go there.
I only knew that the guys were level 30 once we got into combat, and they were just random thugs.
You couldn't run away?
Maybe the menu is in Japanese, so
See, now that's your problem, not the game's.
Just
I didn't find the freaking runaway option because I freaking deleted the demo, right? Because I remember there being three options on the two or three options on the freaking the move select. One of them was skip turn, one of them was normal attack, and one of them was magic. So
Skip turn.
yeah, I was in go to the next character.
Okay, I was about to say, it better not just be that you lose a turn, like, because that's... Yes, I would like to die, please. Please commit suicide by thug punching me in the face.
So it might have been deeper into the menu where I couldn't actually understand what the hell was going on, but I didn't find it.
Alright. I guess we should go ahead then. Soon you want to do best... Let's just go with best gaming protagonist and best antagonist, just real quick.
okay.
Alright. Soon, best gaming protagonist.
I really liked Kratos.
Which is
And
weird to
then
say, because he used to be
Yes.
one of the worst.
He used to be really terrible, but no, they did a really good job at adding him, adding depth to him. What else? Who else was there this decade? It was good.
I mean, I would throw... we could just start throwing up the suggestions here, but like for my own, I would honestly consider Lee Everett.
Lee Everett? Lee Everett's pretty good, yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
Walking Dead.
Okay.
You get one guess at who Addie's gonna go with.
Is he gonna go with Ezio?
Actually, no.
Cassandra.
Oh,
Definitely,
wow.
yeah, definitely. I'll go with the one that
Plot
has no
twist.
freaking character.
Plot twist. Anime's best top 10 anime best plot twists or something. Top 10 anime plot twists.
Yeah, it's memes. Don't even say the meme. Just say meme from now on. Whenever you want to make a meme. Actually, I'm not a big fan of Ezio. Meme. Okay, Soon. Soon, are you doing okay? Soon, are you having a stroke?
Meme.
Geralt of Rivia.
Oh, fuck off.
Kidding.
I have a
actually-
growly voice. Ugh.
Oh, I guess John Marston was pretty good, even though I hate Red Dead.
John Marston's pretty good, yeah. Other than that, I mean, let's see.
My
Obviously,
boy,
I mean, if
Nathan
you're-
Drake.
Nathan Drake. Yeah, I've not played any of those games, so I can't say.
No, I don't like Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake is a very by the numbers character. Clementine was pretty good.
Who the heck is Clementine?
Walking Dead again.
Walking Dead.
You people in your Walking Deads.
With
I'm actually not.
You kids with your Walking Deads and your fucking Breaking Bads.
Well,
When I was growing up, all we had was Cheers and Seinfeld.
I'm actually not sure if my favorite gaming protagonist would be of the decade would be Edward Kenway or Joker.
Joker,
Like,
really?
Yeah,
Joker?
I mean, Joker's good. Joker's good as Persona protagonists go. He's got really good dialogue choices. But at the end of the day, he's still an RPG self-insert
true.
on some level. And I was going to say, like, the universal worst protagonist is self-inserts.
Yes, yeah, that's true. So I guess Edward Kenway. He was pretty well written.
All right. I still need to play Black Flag. All right. Pink. Your pick is Nathan Drake?
yep.
All right. I guess I'll stick with Lee Everett then. And for best gaming antagonist, Soon?
Oh, geez, antagonist. I don't want to say Joker because
I wouldn't even
That-
count him, honestly.
that got really terrible.
Oh, I mean, now there's like 1,001 socio-political associations with that.
Yeah, I
so-
mean, I just mean like even just within the game, they just pushed it too far.
Yeah, and then they fucking killed him in City, but brought him back for some reason?
They brought him back as like what even was that?
It was
he
a
was
vision.
like
He was a vision
was a
inside
vision.
Batman's head.
he was an hallucination in
Yeah.
Batman's head.
Because Joker's
Yeah.
blood was inside Batman, Joker was... Yeah. Did I forget to mention that to you, Pink? That apparently Joker now has the superpower that if you've got his blood inside you, you see him?
That. Okay.
Like, I've always been a fan of the theory that Joker's secretly an Eldritch Abomination, but that's going too far. Like, well, no, not an Eldritch Abomination, but like Joker is in touch with the Eldritch in a way that most humans aren't. And that's part of why he is.
Right.
Like, I finally remember a bit from Swamp Thing where one of the things they used to establish that something was going wrong and that hell had broken out onto Earth was that Joker had stopped laughing. Like, legitimately, the people at Arkham start flipping out like, what the fuck? Why is he not laughing? This is bad.
This is a bad sign.
Joker stops laughing, Mr. Zaz stops killing people. The world is upside down, black is white. Alright, just, I wouldn't consider Joker just because he's a comic book character, so to me that's...
Yeah. That's true.
I'm pretty sure there's a video game at some point that has featured Macbeth, and I don't think we're going to count him. He's kind of cheating as well.
Yeah, you could just say Hitler.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, Wolfenstein, Hitler. There you go, Hitler. Who's? Oh no, not just Hitler. Mecha Hitler.
Satan.
Satan. Oh yeah. I think gaming has had some pretty interesting variations on Satan, though.
Yeah, it has.
Connected to favorite protagonist, we could almost count Joker as a variation of Satan. So,
Uh, what year did that game come?
all right, let's go ahead. While he's working on that, Pink, favorite gaming antagonist.
Let's see.
Oh, okay, I got it. I'm going to say the antagonist of Fight Night Champion.
Snoop Dogg.
No. It's like his name is like Ice or what is his name?
Ice-T?
What is with you guys and rappers?
No.
Isaac Frost.
When you first said it, what popped into my head was Def Jam Vendetta, is the thing, or Def Jam
No.
Forever New York.
It's
And,
Isaac Frost.
and I'm just making a joke.
Not because Isaac Frost is a good character, but just because the fight with Isaac Frost is one of the best boss fights I've
Okay, well, if
ever
we're just
played
talking
in
best
any
boss
video
fight, then
game.
we should be talking best boss fight. Like,
Okay.
and I mean,
Or no,
that would be a good question to ask, though. Now that you bring it up,
Baldric from God of War.
Baldur, really? I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Baldur worked for what he was supposed to be, but Baldur kind of struck me as like a Kylo Ren type villain, where the entire thing of him as a villain is that he's a whiny shitbag who's entitled.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, we don't get too many of those in gaming, come to think of it. How many can you guys think of? I guess both the Persona 5's major antagonists were kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like those antagonists.
Oh, I love Cheeto, but Akechi was like, eh.
Yeah, Shido was pretty cool, I guess.
Akechi was basically a male waifu, honestly.
Yeah. Basically.
Which I think is the only real reason why he had a redemption in the late game.
All right, Pink, what's yours?
I think the Pokemon rival in the latest installment was pretty rad.
Oh, yeah.
Those rivals always the best.
What was his name? Asshead? Fuckface?
Gandhi and Civ 6.
I smell farts?
Gandhi and Civ 6, yes, that's a good answer. I honestly, Far Cry 5, I really like the cultist part of it, but I probably can't say them because the story went right down the drain towards the end.
The story went, yeah.
So that
Right
went
down
from
the
being
shitter.
really fun to phenomenal letdown.
There were no notable Uncharted villains, right? Weren't they all just like, oh, Hispanic gangster?
No, nothing notable ever happens in Uncharted. Drake is just a beautiful man, so I can relate.
Yeah.
You're together in the Handsome Man Coalition.
Yeah.
You gotta look out for each other. Huh.
I can't think of the last game I even played that was just a main campaign with an actual, antagonist, so.
Oh, wait.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Elusive Man?
There would have been some winners out of Fallout New Vegas. Kaiser, Kaiser was pretty good. The only problem, the only problem Kaiser had was that you have to be on his side to see most of his story.
Right.
And if you play on his side, then President Kimball and House are the villains. So.
Oh, the best video game antagonist, EA.
Shut up. you and fucking Addy sitting over there like, oh, they're literally the devil. I haven't liked an EA game since Mass Effect 3. So.
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on the Elusive Man?
Elusive Man was better as a neutral character than he was as an outright antagonist, I think. Like, when he was the guy you didn't know if you could trust him or not.
Yeah.
And along similar lines of Mass Effect 3 ruining everything. The Reapers were a really good, like, overarching threat until Mass Effect 3 was like, oh, they're, like, God's way of preventing robots from becoming too strong by performing genocide on all the organics? What? What the fuck is this narrative? Yeah, Mass Effect 3's ending was just, like, it gets worse every year. For my own personal favorite antagonist, I'm gonna cheat and say one who came out 10 years ago, but he came back this year. So I'm gonna cheat and say Virgil.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say,
and he turns good at the end anyway. So
I'll cheat as well and say Reaper from Overwatch.
I don't think that's a cheat. Overwatch has a story. It's just a story that they don't care about.
Overwatch, quote unquote, has a story.
Yeah. It's the most important part, you know?
Yeah, you just have to buy all of the comic books to get it.
To be fair, they're free online digitally.
And buy the expansion, sequel.
Why? I hate that it's Overwatch 2. I hate that. It's so dumb. Just call it like Overwatch More Heroes Edition or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Overtouch.
literally just.
It's not even a More Heroes edition, though. It's just a More Campaign edition.
Basically, what
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 is doing is like blocking off heroes that they would have added to, as well as a campaign, and disguising it as a sequel.
I thought Pink said that all heroes will still continue to be free.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go.
I thought that was the case. Like, if you get Overwatch 2, you have access to the Overwatch 1 heroes, but you don't. If you have Overwatch 1, you don't have access to the Overwatch 2 characters. Or is it just that Overwatch 2 is locking just the campaign?
Just campaign in Overwatch 2. I'm pretty sure all characters will be available across both games, and frankly, they don't release characters often enough that if it wasn't the case, that it would be a big deal.
Yeah, how many characters did they add with Overwatch 2?
None.
Well, I thought they finally added that robot chick everybody's been waiting on. The AI that Winston's always talking to.
Right.
I realize I'm talking to a person who has not put time into Overwatch 2 in a fucking Overwatch in a fucking century. Is the meta still
Echo, that was her name.
Yeah. Is the meta still fucked on that game?
Yeah, it's not great. I don't know. There are a lot of changes that I really don't like in there right now. Brigida's been nerfed to the ground. That's another healer down, so it's like, yay, me! Pro support player has all his characters nerfed on the daily.
Yeah, they have to release a fucking hotfix every couple of hours. Hotfix notes, nerfed Lucio. The next day, nerfed Lucio. It doesn't even say what they changed, it just says nerfed Lucio.
It's mandatory in every patch.
It's like removed Hero Brian in Minecraft.
He's too fun. He's just too fun. We couldn't allow it. Like, Lucio getting nerfed is actually like one of the biggest reasons I don't play Overwatch anymore. Because playing Lucio was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just not there anymore. Ow.
Also, for my favorite freaking antagonist of the decade, I couldn't choose if I wanted to go with, characters that were actually like threatening or whatever, so I just went with the one that was closest to my heart, Guru Majima.
Yeah, he's kind of in the same space of Virgil, though, as frenemy, you know?
Yeah.
He's only really an antagonist in Kiwami 1, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I know he's definitely not the antagonist in Zero, I can tell you that. I've played Zero. You're playing as him. If he's the antagonist, then that's fucking wild.
Yeah, he's not an antagonist in Zero. I don't think he's an antagonist past the second or third game. Second game, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it would be interesting if Majima was the fucking antagonist against himself, but... Alright. What?
Like I could have gone with a more cop out answer, go with Akuma.
Did you say your best antagonist, Dubs?
No, I haven't, but I'm at the end of the order.
Then do it.
For me? Oh, it's not something I put a whole great degree of thought into. Wait, I already said mine, didn't I? I said Virgil.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
what the
you
fuck?
did. That's why I asked. I thought you did say something.
Alright, whatever. So, with all that said, okay, quick one, just because Soon brought it up. Best boss fight of the decade.
Isaac Frost.
Lady Maria.
Shin Akuma.
Pink.
I didn't play any games this year. Let's see. There's the best thing I could say is probably the final boss in Ultimate Alliance 3. I had a lot of fun with that.
Oh, what's the final boss?
Who do
It
you
is-
think it would be?
Galactus? Is it Galactus or
No!
Thanos?
Thanos.
No, I know you love Galactus, but that doesn't mean Galactus is in everything. Yeah, it's Thanos with all the stones, right?
Right.
Which
Oh, that
logically
sounds
should
so
not be
fun.
beatable, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Would
whatever.
you recommend getting Ultimate Alliance 3 Pink?
Yes and no. I think it's
Why
a very
no?
fun game. There are a lot of problems with it that I feel like still haven't been quite fixed yet. I think the last time I played it, camera angles were still very iffy.
Hmm.
And the outside of the main campaign, it's just not quite there. Like they've got those outside of the main campaign, there are kind of these bonus sections. They're basically the objectives are to play a portion of the campaign with gimmicks attached. So you'll have a time limit. You'll have a modifier where
that's
your
kinda
superpowers do a lot of damage, but your basic attacks do nothing.
Oh, that's dumb.
So yeah, the outside of the campaign, it's not a great game, but the campaign it's good enough that I'd say, yeah, if you're interested in it, go for it. I would definitely recommend it going on clearance first, which might not happen because it's a Nintendo game. But yeah, all in all, not bad. Not the greatest. I wouldn't tell you you gotta go out and buy today, but yeah, fun times.
Mutators can be fun, but if they're the only side content, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be more there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean, I'm fine with it just being a campaign. But it depends how long the campaign is.
I mean, it's
How long
part
is the
RPG
campaign?
though, is the thing. Like RPGs, there is kind of an expectation of side content. I mean,
Not always.
Can you name me a major example?
God of War?
God of War had a ton of side content.
Oh, I mean, if you count side quests, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's literally got side in the name.
Okay.
There was the Valkyries,
the
the
first-
Helheim dungeons.
The first Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah, the first Ultimate Alliance not only had side quests, it had, you remember the little simulators?
Yeah.
It also had the
that's-
trivia minigame.
But the simulators were kind of like what Pink is describing. And
Yeah.
the side quests weren't really that much of a side quest.
Yeah, I don't think I'm, I am saying Marvel Ultimate Alliance did side content better, yeah. Anyways, right. So, fuck, after that long thing that went on way longer than I expected. So, alright, Soon, what did you do this week? Other than traveling Europe, I guess. Oh, well, I guess you probably should just talk about traveling Europe. I doubt you did anything else anyways.
I mean, I had Christmas. Christmas was this week.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes,
know
it
it was.
was.
Did you have Christmas in Romania, though?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, of
No,
course. That's why I went to my girlfriend's place. Was to have Christmas with her family.
it's a well-known fact that Europe doesn't have Christmas. It's
Yes,
entirely
yeah,
a US thing.
Yeah, Christmas is only in America.
You guys know that's not what I meant.
Christmas has been a lie this entire time. People told me Santa flew all over the world. Really, he only hit the United States of America? I feel so lied to. I feel
I mean,
betrayed.
I mean, think about it, Pink. The only thing Santa gives to Japanese is freaking KFC fried chicken. So,
Also, sex.
yes, that as well.
I
Isn't
don't
there
want
a
you
problem
to
in
have
Japan where
Santa.
nobody's having sex though? They're like pandas
Yes,
Yeah.
they don't
Santa
want to have sex.
Santa Claus has been fucking phoning it in lately.
now.
Oh shit, I forgot Japan again this year.
But yeah, I've been traveling around Europe, and I had Christmas, and I've mostly been spending time with my girlfriend and her family, and now I'm in London, and I'm traveling around London now. So,
Now, you've been to England before, haven't you?
oh yeah, I've been to London like 4 times before this time.
And you hate it there, last I heard.
No, you're thinking of Paris.
Paris, yes. But
I hate
I've heard
Paris.
that the Parisians are real assholes, but the rest of the French are actually not that dickish towards foreigners.
Not
Everyone in Paris is just tired of the tourists there all the time.
that's not true. It depends. I think it's southern France that's actually nicer, but no, northern France and southern Belgium are they're very terrible. It doesn't matter if you're in Paris or outside of Paris. They are very rude people.
I mean, they can be rude as much as they like. I don't know. It's different.
But
things for
Paris
different people.
Paris is anyway, I'm not going to like rant about Paris. But yeah, no, I've been to London and I love London. London's one of my favorite places to go in Europe.
All right. What would you pinpoint as like some of your favorite things about London?
I would say people here are very, very nice, for one. Like the opposite of Paris. And there's just so much to do. Like there's so many plays you can go see and musicals, and the architecture is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see all that.
Sounds terrible.
There's just so much to do.
Yeah, the funny thing is that living in freaking Soviet Hungary, I just go out and look at like a freaking 1500-year-old building, and I just go, that's a building. I can't enjoy buildings anymore.
And
Oh,
he lives
yeah.
next
Yeah,
door
I-
to ancient architecture, so the wonder is lost on him.
Oh man, have
I mean-
you guys ever watched the movie In Bruges?
No.
I don't
didn't
even know
even-
how you spell that.
I didn't even mention architecture. I was just talking about how there's so much to do in terms of like other stuff, like watching plays and concerts, especially. Like London will get the most concerts probably, except for New York.
Except for the garden. That's where everyone goes, apparently.
If you want to
Yeah.
sell me on why not to go to a place, live music's a pretty good way.
Why?
I fucking
Live
hate
music's
live
amazing.
music.
Why?
It's like, hey, we've got this like cake that's done to perfection, and it tastes fantastic, but it was made in a factory. We also shit on a plate, but we did it live in person. Would you rather have that? And people were like, yeah, fucking give me that shit. I want it. I want it right now. I can't get enough of it. It's not really there unless you fucking see the cook make it in front of you, really.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That's not the case of live concerts I've been to. Live concerts I've been to have been really good.
I mean,
Except
I guess if you're going for specifically the kinds of bands that are known for being just as akin to studio as they are in person, but like all the live music I've ever heard in my life, like they fucking came in drunk or high and they fucking phoned it in.
yeah, that's not the case of the ones I've been to.
All right.
Wait,
I also just
we
don't
have
like
to be
seeing
fair
those-
here and say, what venue were you attending? Because it's probably much lower profile than a venue down in London.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't fucking go to concerts. Fuck you. I watch recordings of the shit.
Oh, then there's no excuse there.
And how many fucking like I mean, there are definitely instances where it works out live, but like the only times I'll ever literally go out of my way to listen to a live version of a song is if it's one that's not been recorded in studio before. Like,
So wait, have you been to a concert?
no.
You've never
I'm
been
not,
to a concert and you're ranting about how terrible concerts are?
well, what's the fucking appeal of listening to a concert rather than just listening to a fucking album?
You have to go to a concert to understand.
What's there to fucking understand? If you're just saying it's a feeling, I call bullshit. I don't care about feelings. Fucking
It's like the energy that's there.
what? The community? Fuck that.
No, not the community. Just like the overall energy of it.
Fucking, you know how many people get raped at Metallica concerts, man? Like, I don't want anything to do with that. Are you fucking joking?
I can assure you, I have never been raped at any of the 20 concerts I've been to.
I don't want to
Not
be
yet.
associated with that community, though.
Is that okay? Okay, dude. I have no idea why you hate concerts so much, but I'm not gonna
Studio
I
music
had-
is
convince you
better.
otherwise.
There's
Anyway,
more work put into it.
anyway,
They've got the fucking editors sitting right there. They can do multiple takes.
There, I also have bad experiences with concerts, but I've actually been to them because they used to have them like literally in what would be the backyard if I didn't live in a freaking flat,
yeah,
basically. And let me tell you, like the music that usually showed up here wasn't the music that I enjoy, by which I mean freaking like arias.
mm,
And it's like I now I can enjoy them somewhat if I think that they're fitting, but they're definitely not fitting in the freaking middle of beer fest.
yeah.
Anyway, it was just garbage. It was just bad. So yeah, and also whenever they decided that there's gonna be a concert anywhere near in like a 30-kilometer freaking radius, you just can't sleep.
Yeah, that'd be an entirely different problem of the live music going on outside your house. Like that's an
That's
entirely
very different.
like I'm on your side that live music sucks, but your point here isn't really working.
Yeah. But no, I've loved the concerts I've been to, like Tom Petty. Tom Petty was great.
Well,
Leonard Skinner was
he's
great.
dead now. Come on.
Yes, I saw his last tour.
No, I know. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm saying it's going to have more. It's going to have more value because the guy's fucking dead. I'm
Yeah,
saying you lied
Guns N'
about going to a
Roses
Tom
was
Petty
really
concert.
good.
If
Guns
you lie
N' Roses
about that,
was
you're a
very-
pretty bad, mundane liar. Like,
Guns N' Roses was really, really good. Even
That
though
was
Axl
good.
Rose's voice was starting to give out after, I mean, the concert lasted like 5 hours. So eventually,
That's
of
like
course,
5 hours longer than I expected from them, honestly.
yeah, like
I mean,
I'm surprised his
whatever.
voice lasted 5 hours.
That is an old man up on stage.
he's not that old. He just wrecked his body by being an idiot. So,
Yeah,
and
But,
he's standing
I mean-
Slash next to Slash, another guy who's not that old but wrecked his body by being an idiot. It's just with different substances.
yeah.
Slash is all
Except
about that
Slash,
cocaine, and
Slash,
Axel's all
Slash
about those
usually-
tacos.
Slash usually doesn't tour with Guns N' Roses anymore, but he was on this tour for like the first time in a long time. So
Well, don't
that
him and
was-
Axel fucking hate each other?
I don't know, probably.
Because I thought the entire reason they broke up was because Axel got sick of Slash using drugs so much.
I don't know, but yeah, they were good. Leonard Skinner was good. I've been to Leonard Skinner twice now.
Yeah, that's 2 times too many.
Leonard Skinner's one of the best bands ever. Anyway,
No.
You mentioned anything with country or southern rock, I'm out. I'm good. Pass. Like there's some decent southern rock. I like Freebird well enough. Like I can see where Pink wouldn't like it.
Simple Man is one of the best songs ever made.
You are a liar. You are a liar, my good sir.
Yeah, it's kind of simple, honestly. Like if you're really in touch with the virtues that it's trying to espouse, I guess I could see where it'd have great value to you.
Anyway.
Yeah. Right, London, whatever. Anything other than live music, because we focus so much on that.
I didn't even go and see live music and talking about it.
How many concerts did you see on your recent voyage?
None. Anyway.
I want to ask so I can say they all sucked.
Yes, because I haven't gone to a concert in the last week. Gosh. I watched Klaus.
I have not. I need to actually get on that.
It's pretty good. It's a little bit by the numbers, but it's still, the animation is beautiful.
What is Klaus?
I've heard nothing but good things about Klaus, and
it
specifically
really
always goes back
movie.
to the animation.
It's a very, very good movie. What were you saying, Alex?
What is Klaus?
It's a new movie on Netflix about like the origins of Christmas, kind of.
Okay.
Except it like does away with the magic stuff and grounds it in realism, but not like realism, but more like animation realism.
Okay, I assume it's got nothing to do with like the real Saint Nick and Roman era Turkey.
Oh no! It has to do with like Santa Claus.
Okay.
Except he's not Santa, but he is.
Okay.
You'd have to watch the movie. It's not the Santa isn't even the main character in the movie. It's actually a postman.
All right.
But no, it's really good. If you have Netflix, go and watch it. Yeah.
All right. That all you got to say about it?
Say about Klaus or say about what I did?
About Klaus.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about Klaus. I feel like I did something else. I watched Jingle All the Way with my girlfriend. I introduced her to that.
Ah, yes, that's one that's been on my list for a while now.
Jingle All the Way is a classic because it's one of the dumbest Christmas movies, but in the best way.
I mean, it's got Arnold, so...
Arnold Schwarzenegger uppercuts a reindeer.
What?
Arnold Schwarzenegger uppercuts a reindeer.
I'm sold. You need not say anything else.
Also, it has Big Show in it.
Why?
As a cameo.
Okay.
I have no idea why, but he's in it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah. Oh man, I used to like Big Show.
Yeah. But yeah, Jingle All the Way is great. It's hilarious.
It's one of those movies that I always hear of people like being 50-50. Either it's the best Arnold movie or the worst Arnold movie. And the other movie people say that about is Last Action Hero, which I fucking love. So to me, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I would watch it. If you really, really like really, really dumb
Arnold
comedy.
Really dumb Arnold?
Yes, also really dumb Arnold. Then, like, this is the cheesiest he ever be in anything.
That's good. Hang on, is this Put the Cookie Down?
Put the Cookie Down? I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Put the Cookie Down.
Yes.
Put the cookie down!
That's right.
Oh, I can't get enough of these cookies. Oh.
Yes, that's this movie.
Phil Hartman is the best. Oh, these cookies. Have you guys seen the fucking Put the Cookie Down scene? Patty Pink?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just perfect on both
Have you-
Arnold and Phil's part.
Yeah, I would suggest you go and watch it. It's one of my like classic Christmas movies that I watch every single year. You know.
Oh man, yeah. If I get the opportunity to watch it, I will. The problem is just the opportunity. All right. Anything else?
Not really.
All right. Pink, what you been up to? What'd you do for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas? I have no idea.
Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be what you got for Christmas.
I know one thing you got.
Well, yeah. I know one thing each of you got. Come on.
You know 2 things I got. Actually, you know 4 things that I got.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no,
yeah.
I know 2 things that each of you got. Actually, oh, not Addy. I only got Addy one thing.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Addy? You're Soon's least favorite.
I just
Yeah.
didn't know which fighting game he didn't have.
That's the deciding factor. Fighting game. Okay, we're golden. I would like to see you buy him Mortal Kombat 11 or some fucking fighting game he hates.
I mean, he spends like there was what was it like? Was it last week? You guys had the podcast, and you guys talked about fighting games for 3 hours.
No, you don't understand. Addy only likes 5 games in the entire world, but he can talk about each of them for a fucking century.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours fighting.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
I went and watched. I tried to watch it, and I just skipped till I found something that wasn't fighting games, and it was like 30 minutes before the end of the podcast.
To be fair, I encourage him. I like fighting games a lot too.
I didn't do much this Christmas, which probably wouldn't shock most people, but I think I spent most of the night playing either Rainbow Six or Civ 6. And earlier in the week, I want to say, we actually got the DLC for Ultimate Alliance, which I think Alex saw me post multiple times in the random gaming thread, where I was getting very angry at Ninja Theory for their stupid level designs, because, as I was saying earlier, with a lot of the bonus missions and whatnot, it's just you going through the actual campaign levels just with like a time limit or special effects put on. So yeah, it was a lot of that, a lot of time limit stuff. And because they don't make any adjustments to the part of the level that you're playing through, there are parts where there will be a maze type section where you have these sort of electrical walls that you have to maneuver around in like basically a maze. You have to get to the end, you have to turn the consoles on to turn the electrified wires off, and it's just a mess of things, and you have to do that within the time limit. So that sucked because it's a gauntlet mode. So you get through your first mode, all right, okay, everything's going well. You get to the second mode, you get to that maze part, and then you run out of time, and then you have to do it all over again from the very start.
Ah, cool.
I hate
And it made me angry.
I hate timers.
Mm-hmm. Timers are the absolute worst.
It depends on the game. Like, I mean,
No, any game. I don't care.
No,
If you put a
hang
timer
on.
in the game, I will not be playing that game.
Yeah,
Dead Rising is made by its timers.
That's why I never played Dead Rising.
That's why I hate Dead Rising.
Well, it forces you to make choices. It forces you to control your fucking timing. And
I just get stressed out by it. I don't like it. I want to play the whole game.
It's like
I
I play games for fun. I don't
Yes, I
need
play
that
them
kind
too.
of stress in my life.
The stress is fun. I'm playing Dark Souls right now, fuckers.
You are a madman.
It's not about the journey, though. It's about the destination. There are a lot of things where it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Dark Souls is not one of them. Dead Rising's a little bit about the journey, though.
I feel like if there's a timer that I have to like speed run.
I mean, yeah, you do. That's the idea.
Which I don't like.
Correct.
I don't like speedrunning.
I mean, yeah, to each their own.
Like I watched a speed run of Super Mario World once, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I tried to do it myself. I didn't get very far, but it was pretty fun while it lasted. But no, I will never play a game that is reliant on a timer system, ever.
To be fair, when you're watching speedruns, that's a different thing of just a game that expects you to be fast. Like, speedruns are like spin in place for 3 seconds on this particular block to drop through and skip to the final level, and you're like, what the fuck?
How? How did you figure this out?
I see you've also started doing American Dad speedruns.
Shut up.
It's the worst thing, I swear. I hate it so much.
That's what I said when you posted on the Discord, was like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know how it became a joke. I don't know why people are feeding into it either.
The fucking meme culture. Ah.
It's the worst.
Okay, alright. Other than that, soon, what'd you do? Oh, wait, yeah,
Other than that,
didn't it?
We already did me.
It is my turn.
Okay, never mind, Pink.
Let's see. I don't think I did anything else. I watched a lot of wrestling. That's not important. Played a lot of 2K. That's also not important. Just know that they patched and created a title, and it doesn't really work well because everything looks like garbage. So that's cool. They screwed it again. Has anyone else here seen the textures for the Creative Championship?
I've not.
I did.
Like, I don't need. I can imagine it, but if it didn't pop up in the thread on the forum, I haven't seen it.
All right, I'll be sure to post a picture in there sometime today. But yeah, all you need to know about those textures is that there basically are none.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like, from what I remember, isn't there like texture on the actual belt part on it? So it doesn't look like shit. But then anything that's supposed to be metal is just a flat freaking model.
Yep.
Yeah. My favorite part of wrestling is when they wrestle for the ambiguous Blur Championship.
Yep. Oh, terrible.
Why can't 2K do anything right?
No, they're doing it right, actually, because people are still buying. It doesn't fucking matter what they do, people will buy anyways, so they're actually genius. Just feed the shit directly into our mouths and we'll eat it up.
Not me.
Feed the shit directly to the forehead.
They're not trying to fucking get it for people that have quality. They're trying to get it for just people that are like, well, I gotta play WWE. Pink,
gotta get my fix, man.
Pink, do you care about the quality of the WWE games, or you just buy them because it's WWE?
Well, I used to care about the quality, but now I think they've got me hooked. So I'll be buying again this next couple decades without fail, because I'm like, yeah, this one's terrible, but it can't possibly get any worse, can it?
Oh, Pink.
No, I will not be buying 2K21.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I really dislike the quality of this game, and I'm not having fun. But Stevens on MC does have good pretty eyes. I don't even know who the freaking community manager is anymore.
Okay. I was waiting for an explanation of the name.
I don't even know if they still have a community manager.
They don't need one, honestly.
It's Yokage.
Yeah, it rotates every 6 months. And the new community manager will make their first introductory post, and then they will go AWOL, and then they will be replaced. It's a circle of life, I'm told.
Every fucking game, people are like, game shit, patch your shit, 2K. And that's the community manager just has to say. The community manager's job is just to auto-reply to those posts saying, we're working on something.
Yeah, how even is the actual official nowadays?
The forum? I'm sure the forum, if you make any complaint, you just get deleted. That's how it works.
Did it ever revive?
You make a complaint as Yokage shows up behind you.
You're not wrong, though. But I'm sure that the 2K forum wasn't really dead to begin with. It's just 2K. There was always people there. It was never a community, but it exists because people go on there to bitch about Bioshock or something. Who cares?
Yeah,
Or,
there's
my
like
NBA 2K My Team isn't working.
I just mean is like the 2K forum, like, is the community still dead?
Oh, I mean, I don't think there was ever going to be a
It's
community there. They didn't want to facilitate a community.
no, it's like our forum is a community. The 2K forums, it's just a bunch of people. If that
Yeah.
makes, it's not really a community there. ZOK just dumbass isn't helping matters.
I don't care about that don't have community.
I don't think they really want a community there because communities can be difficult to control and sometimes can spread negative stuff.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how long did it take on the THQ forums for the fucking 2 count glitch to light up like wildfire?
Yeah.
Like, you guys remember that shit?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Good for you. Cause I remember I read, but I don't think I posted it at the time. But like every fucking other post was fix the 2 count glitch, fix the 2 count glitch.
I mean, it was pretty terrible. I mean, like, it annoyed me. I know.
I mean,
I don't know how.
For a long time, I didn't know what the glitch was.
Yeah, me
it wasn't
neither.
until several months down the line it kind of clicked for me. I was like, wait a minute. They don't kick out at 2. They kick out at 1, or they don't kick out at all. What the heck is going on here?
Yeah,
And it was never patched.
That was
no,
really
absolutely
annoying.
not. Why would it be?
That was just so annoying.
Like, soon you're probably the earliest of us to give up on the 2K on the WWE games, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I think 19 is gonna be my last until they suddenly reveal like a really good one.
I just saw that the changes 2K was implementing just changes that appealed to me.
That was as soon as 2K15, which 2K15 was pretty bad. I came close to stopping there.
Yeah, I just haven't seen them do anything that's progressing towards actually being appealing to me. They just keep going down the road of doing things that I hate.
I mean,
But my realisms soon. My realisms.
well, they're actually
Yes,
doing,
the realism
they're
is-
doing really
They're-
bad on that front because they.
Yeah, I know.
They backpedaled on the realism. They
Like, I hate
completely
how-
started it.
The main thing that I hate about the 2K games is how every match feels the exact same.
Mhm.
That's been a problem for the series since Here Comes the Pain.
It's worse under 2K.
It is, yes.
Like, there's a very, very clear formula that every single match will go. Even the ones that have, like, multiple people. Like, back in, like, the THQ days, I loved playing multiple man matches because I felt like there wasn't a clear, like, formula to it. But now that's not the case. There's a
Right.
very, very clear. And Royal Rumbles, oh my gosh, 2K killed the Royal for me.
The Royal Rumbles went back to like the shut your mouth days.
See, I always hated multi-man matches because I thought they were chaotic. So I opposite perspectives, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. Pink, right? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and what else?
Nothing else new. I don't think. I played a lot of Smash Brothers. Banjo, really fun, really odd.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yes. Yes.
Also lies because he doesn't have a banjo.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, he plays it in the opening cutscene of Banjo Kazooie. Remember?
No, I'm pretty sure I deleted the most memories of this game I have, which is why I keep going back to it, expecting to not dislike it.
Does Kazooie have a kazoo?
She might. I wasn't paying attention to her as much because she's not as
I
big.
think she does. I think she has a kazoo.
Okay.
Well, Addy, why would I trust your opinion after you said Banjo doesn't have a banjo?
How are you gonna remember a kazoo but not a banjo?
Yes,
Nope.
I can remember the little bird that had the freaking kazoo.
You mean
Oh,
the
but
large
you
red
guys-
bird?
Do you guys remember Road to WrestleMania with Christian, where like there was the kazoo scene.
Yes.
Him and Edge playing the kazoo.
Oh man, you remember how
Never
that one
patching his
ended?
wristbands either.
You remember how that one
That-
ended with the option of betraying Edge, and it was like, why
Yeah.
would anyone do this?
Yeah.
Because then the story doesn't even continue on.
Do you remember
just the
Todo
end.
Americano?
It doesn't continue on, and that's part of what's great because it just keeps going with, well, now it's Christian and Edge.
I actually really liked the Christian and Edge one.
Yeah, I mean, most of them were winners. The Undertaker one was silly.
Yeah.
The
That's
weird-
because it involved
the
The
sil-
Undertaker.
the silliest one was the Rey Mysterio one.
Oh, you mean Rob
Well,
Van Dam
what
just
was really
being
silly about
randomly
that
on stage?
was the main event comes out to be Evan Bourne versus Rey Mysterio for the
Yeah.
WWE
But you
Championship.
guys
so
do remember the plot line, right? Remember the plot line with Rey
Amnesia
Mysterio
Ray?
going amnesic, and then
Yeah.
Jack Swagger.
Yeah, I just said, remember Todo Americano?
Yeah. That one was so ridiculous.
Man,
Well, no,
Toto
but-
Americano, world champion material right there.
They should have given Swagger the freaking gimmick in real life. It might still be in the company then.
No, he wouldn't, because that wouldn't solve his problem.
That's got nothing on, what was it, like 2009?
Zombie
With
Santino.
the Zombie Santino and Zombie Finn.
Finley, yeah.
Yep.
I like how they gave you the choice of save Finley or Santino, as if that were a choice. You know, Finley, I've never been too big on you, but
That was a hard choice for me. I love both of them.
I don't mind Santino as much as most people do. But I
They're
like
my
him.
They're my two favorite wrestlers.
Really? Finley?
I'm being facetious, but no, I actually do like both.
Like Santino, I could see. Like if you really dig the comedy gig, then yeah, I get it. But
Finley's
like,
really talented. What are you talking?
well, yeah, Santino's absolutely talented. It's just like not a big guy, you know.
Finley is too.
I have never seen a Finley match in my life.
Finley was a great wrestler.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
He was super, super technical.
Yeah,
But
he
he's
was
like-
one of the regal types where he
yeah,
was always.
he was very regal, very
Yeah.
yeah, very
A
Mr.
great
Perfect.
wrestler, always in mid card or under.
Yeah, which to be fair, he wanted to be or something. I think.
Yeah. And
'Cause he was mainly there to like train other wrestlers.
yeah, even probably, I don't know, probably even in the 90s when his career
Yeah.
was, kind of just getting off, he was already training guys.
Yeah, because he was never really like trying to make it big in WWE. He was just there to train.
Right.
He was big. When he was big, he was over in Ireland in like small time.
Right.
promotions.
I
So-
think what was up with Finley was he knew what he wanted to do, and that's what he was
Yeah.
going to do. And he probably
Yeah,
knew that he
exactly.
didn't have a big chance of making it to the big time, so
Yeah,
why try when you can do what you want to do?
Yeah,
exactly.
he didn't have the look, and in wrestling, that's everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, dude. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan has a distinctive look. I mean,
Yeah, Daniel Bryan has a good look. I don't know what you're talking about, Addy.
I wouldn't say good look, but he has a distinctive look.
Yeah.
And one that fits a certain personality type, which is important.
Yeah. Finley just looks like a white brick.
Yeah. Like, he was just kind of generic looking, whereas Daniel Bryan looks like he can play the heroic hippie.
Yeah.
I mean, alright. Who are we even talking? Right, Pink, you're done with your week, right?
Yeah, I am.
Alright, Addy, what you been up to?
Right. Well, I practiced in Street Fighter 5 just to freaking annoy Soon. So yeah, I practiced in Street Fighter 5. I actually went online and did a couple of matches there.
The great thing is, this is one both of us can talk about, so that's really gonna upset soon.
It's okay. I'm probably going to go get dinner.
All right. It's such a turn off
And-
for him that he's gonna go find something else to do.
And
We'll be back when Addie's done.
Yeah, you've got a psychic sense for when Addie's finished talking.
yeah.
Right, so
So-
SF5 Champion Edition came out. They added new VCL 2 for everyone. And Gil.
Yep. Yes. Gil, have you fought Gil in Third Strike yet? By which I mean in the Third Strike arcade.
I haven't played any of the arcade modes.
Oh boy, they actually put Resurrection in for him.
Oh, that's great. I like that.
And the thing is, they made it better
What?
because like you can't hit him out of it.
Oh. Yeah,
Well,
that makes
if you-
sense.
Like if you can hit him out of it, I haven't been able to find a freaking move that can do it.
Heh. Oh, that's fantastic.
But yeah. So, as for my online escapades, I mostly got freaking the shit beat out of me because the game decided that I am good enough to fight people in bronze, which I don't know. Like, you know,
yeah,
it's-
it does that for everybody, but I held up pretty well against the bronze people. I mean, the
So,
thing is
yeah.
that at that level, like, the skills are going to be a bit more diverse in terms of what people are good at versus what people are bad at. Like, more distinct
Yeah.
strengths and weaknesses. Like, oh, hey, here's an Akuma that's really good at rushdown, but he can't neutral for shit. Here's a G who's really good at neutral, but he can't anti-air for shit.
My favorite match was one that I lost so far. That was against a G, because he just freaking like, I couldn't be salty, because the guy just did so many crisp freaking strings on me. Like-
Ooh.
Like the guy literally did a freaking guilty gear combo on me, and I was like, okay, you know what? You take that win. You freaking, you freaking go and make a fool out of me, because
I will hold that L, thank you.
yeah.
Oh man, the other
And
day I
then-
heard the other day I heard the nicest turn of phrase. I heard someone say L stands for loss, but it also stands for lesson.
I don't like wholesome memes. I find them annoying.
It depends. I think that one's got like something meaningful to say about like fighting games and all that. But I can see like not liking the ones that are just like a guy pointing at the fucking picture and then saying you're appreciated. Like I can see where that one's just like what. Sure, random guy on the internet, you appreciate me, sure.
And yeah, like the thing is, like, there's this weird habit that I've learned, I guess, since we started playing together, that makes it unable for me to get a lot of salt online. Because when people read me, when people do a mix up that I couldn't read, when I get freaking the shit beat out of me without getting like 2 hits in, I just go nice, and all of the salt is gone. It never was there.
Yeah, that's a nice part that becomes part of it. Like it's really nice when they do pull out something crazy on you, and you're like, how do I do that?
Yeah,
Teach
but
me.
once again, playing with y'all made me do this because like I don't know why, but I feel like I need to compliment Pink when he does good shit because yeah.
It's like a baby taking its first steps. Like good
I mean,
work, good work. It's not really that impressive, but hey,
I mean, he did do a
Pink's not
freaking
even
mix up
here
rushdown
for
on
me
you.
to fucking make fun
Yeah.
of him. Oh jeez, they both stepped out.
But yeah, like freaking that just seeps into me playing freaking fighting games normally now. And it makes it so the only times I get annoyed is when the freaking CPU just uses like God mode or some shit.
Yep.
Which freaking Street Fighter sometimes seems to do, but I can't prove it.
I'll catch him in the act one of these days. Man, like, fucking
Yeah.
zoning AI can be the worst when it pops up. Thankfully, it doesn't pop up that often. Fucking
Speaking of,
Dulcine.
yeah.
Fucking Dulcine.
Yes, dude, I just got beaten by Dawson so hard.
Like, Dulcine, and it's worse if you're playing as someone like Zangief, too.
Yeah. But
Zangief or
like,
like
yeah.
fucking Cody or Cody's got some range stuff. What's another character that's just shit at any range other than close?
I don't know if Akuma counts because all of his hunter. Well, actually, I'm not sure if his light token goes through the whole screen or not. But his other was dissolved before then.
And even then, they can be interrupted by like his crouching heavy punch.
His what? You got out.
Even then, Dulcine can counter you with like a crouching heavy punch or something.
Ah, yeah.
Just punch your
So
right
it's like-
shins.
Yeah. I think I also kind of count Kage. Kage has nothing. Well, he has range moves. He has range moves, but it's his V skill.
Ha! Oh, right, yeah. Yep, I can see where those ones would be bad.
So yeah. Also, freaking like I don't know how much that counts, but freaking Zeku,
Yeah.
because he does have the strider cut, but it's not a full screen. It's like 75%,
Oof.
which can make a difference.
Yes, it can.
So yeah, those.
What's your favorite
Well,
of the new V skills?
Of the new V skills, I actually don't know. Zeku's is interesting because in normal mode he just gets a shitty freaking bird from Strider. In special mode he gets the freaking like the. Do you remember Chip's like new ninja Tanuki friend or whatever that he can use to combo
Yes.
in Strive?
That pulls them in
Yeah, he gets
closer.
that. Yes, he gets that. Zeku has that.
Yes, in his younger form, and it pulls you closer, so you have to get in there.
Yeah. So that's nice. Gals, I'm not used enough yet to Gals to be able to use it to its fullest extent. Although I did freaking I did put my not as experienced like it my oldest sister's boyfriend. I did lock him into a freaking into guard string hard with it. I think he was one of the shadows like Ken or something, and I was Guile because I was like, well, I'll go with the charge character because then maybe he can hit me, and then he just did Shoryukens and I did flash kicks, and that was the match.
Isn't that the classic thing to make fun of Shotos for? Is wake up Shoryu?
Yeah. Sometimes the thing is, from my experience with the freaking with low level online, people like sometimes people expect it and counter it immediately, and then there's just the people who never freaking realized that wake up shoes exist. And it's like I found this guy who was relatively, like to me at least, relatively high ranked. He was with Ken. I was with Akuma. I won the first match of a wake up Shoryus because he didn't know what they were. So that was funny.
You know what's stronger than wake up Shoryus though?
Grabs.
Wake up throws. Wake up throws.
I hate them so much. Like you said that Street Fighter 4 was like Street Fighter 2. No, this game is freaking this game is oh bloody hell, I wanted to say the subtitle but I forgot.
Super Turbo or Champion Edition?
Champion. Because the thing is Champion Edition throws were so freaking good.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like that's a thing with this game as well.
Every Street Fighter prior to Super Turbo throws were really good.
Yeah. And I feel like that's something here as well. It's like it's not that I don't expect it, but like you know when I'm thinking about ways to get out, I don't expect. Oh well, freaking Judy will just grab me 3 frames into my Shoryuken or something.
Yeah. I've been.
And it's like it.
When I get back to playing Street Fighter 5, which is going to be very soon since I got Champion Edition, I really want to workshop counters to Wake Up Throw, because I've heard that Jump In on Wake Up is actually pretty strong in SF5 as well.
I don't know, but
You
yeah,
can't
because
be
the
thrown
thing,
while jumping, that's the key thing.
yeah, and it's like my issue isn't just with the wake up grabs, because wake up just whatever, just counter it. My issue is that I did a Shoryuken, the animation started playing, and then I got grabbed,
Oh!
and that's the issue I'm having. Is that like I get it, but I can't input a grab tech and also Shoryuken at the same time, and I can't just yeah.
What I started doing to people that throw on Wake Up was I would just sit on top of them and mash the throw button to tech it immediately.
Oh no, people do it. People do it reverse for me. They knock me down and then they just throw me to freaking get down all of my health.
Oh, they're throwing you on Wake Up.
Yes.
Oh, that one. If they start making a habit of that, that one's yeah. Again, just tech them. See,
Yeah,
what I was talking about was,
that's how I got grabbed out on a shore, So
oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, why did you do a Shoryuken for Wake Up pressure?
I actually do that sometimes. People don't expect it and they get hit. They also don't expect wake up pressure Tatsumakis.
I mean, the Tatsumaki's a constant hitbox, though.
Well, the traditional one, yes.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so basically most of my experience have been getting beat, which fair. Some of them I enjoyed. Most of them I didn't because it was shit like there was a Chun-Li that literally spammed 2 moves. And it's like people consider it a scripting to say that people play to win. I legit don't see how that person could enjoy playing the game that way. like I get it. They win. It's whatever. Like I wasn't salty about it, but like I legit don't understand how they get enjoyment out of it.
When you play a hard zone or Netherrealm, it's like the only joy they feel from that is that they think they must be accomplished in some way.
I guess that might be it. But it was funny because uh basically most of my matches online have gone this way. First match, people underestimate me usually because in the first round I'm just getting used to how they play and then I counter that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the second and third round I just go full freaking rush and they can block it. So that then second match, if they're shitty, then they try doing the same thing that I countered in the first match, and then I beat them, or they actually learn, and then I don't. Sometimes I don't think fast enough to adjust to what they did, or sometimes it's just not big enough change to actually adjust to. Because with the Chun-Li, the difference that they did is that they added one move, the standing heavy punch. And it's like I could parry it because I had the parry V skill on. Like I could parry it, I could do shit, but it's like one of us has to get in somehow, and I'm more likely to get in, which is what got me killed. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like on that point is fair, but still I feel like freaking just using 3 moves to win is not very fun.
I mean, on some level, there's kind of almost a degree of dignity to that.
Yeah, that's what you got out.
On some level, there's almost kind of a degree of dignity to that and simplicity. I mean, particularly in Street Fighter.
I guess, but
And there's some characters where they pretty well only have 3 moves. So
Judy.
yeah.
The Judy player that freaking beat the shit out of me, that they were good. Like my hats off to them
Yeah.
for actually being able to use Judy in any meaningful way.
She's probably fine. Like, she was introduced, like, into the game 4 years ago. I have to imagine that there's plenty of tech people found with her.
The funniest part of the fighting that freaking Judy player was it was nothing but cross-ups. Because Judy has a built-in cross-up button. I think it might be her V skill.
It is V skill 1. That's
So yeah,
awesome.
basically that match was either her throwing me awake or when I wake up, or doing the cross-up with the V skill, and that was that match.
Heh.
It was funny.
All right. So I mean, what was I going to say? Now that you've got Champion Edition, what's your favorite of the DLC characters, other than Akuma?
Gee, I wonder.
Yes.
Okay, Zeku.
Did you not get to play Zeku before when you had like the limited free trial?
No,
Huh.
because when we played last time, they made it so you had the season 1 characters as well as Akuma and Sagat, and that was it.
Sagat and Akuma, yeah. Because Street Fighter 2 is the only Street Fighter that matters, didn't you know?
No, that it would have been funny if they made it so you can play Akuma and Sagat, but they removed Rainbow Mika
Yeah.
and Alex.
Yeah. Laura's gone as well. Hey, God,
Yeah,
what happened
her
to
as well.
Rashid?
I hate Rashid so much.
Yeah.
Like
think
I
he's
don't
fun,
hate fight.
but
I don't hate.
think
I don't
he's
hate
fun,
fighting
but
him. Yeah.
He's predictable, certainly.
Like I don't hate fighting him. I hate him as a character. Is the
Really?
thing. Yes, I find him obnoxious.
Because he's fun?
I don't think he's fun. I think he's annoying.
Like, what, just because he's happy, or?
I don't know. Like I feel like him being literally, well, not literally, but you know, like 90% of the freaking character stories and the main story, like it being one of the main characters in the main story, didn't help with that.
But, I mean, he's fine, though. That's the thing.
I don't know.
I understand them trying to push new characters. I'm not going to agree to them that, like, the problem is just when new characters are bad. Like, looking at you, Rufus.
Freaking. I watched the video on Tekken Cross Street Fighter, right? And it was a like there was a part with Rufus against Bob. Yeah,
I've seen the opening
It-
cutscene of that game, yeah.
it looked like shit.
Bob's cool. Like, they're actually a pretty good. Like Bob, there's a little bit of a joke there to him being like extraordinarily agile, but otherwise, I think Rufus versus Bob is a very good comparison of how to do fat characters versus not.
Bob's better, but I still don't like him.
I mean, I guess you're entitled to just not like him, but like Rufus, it's just the character is, hey, fat joke, and that's it. That's it. There is nothing more to that character. Like, I bring it up all the time, but like, if you ignore Jury, the winner of SF4's new cast is fucking Hakan. Of all people.
I'd still disagree with that. Like, I'd
Who's
call El
better,
Fuerte.
Abel, Sea Viper?
El Fuerte.
El Fuerte, yeah. The tortilla press. Who can ignore the tortilla press?
The tortilla crunch.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just name off Taco Bell menu items. Mountain Dew Extreme Blast. Wait, what? What?
I think Ping just came in because he found his character. No, never mind. He's gone.
He's gonna file some kind of lawsuit against Street Fighter 4 for defamation or something.
El Fuerte was not fun to play.
No,
which was
no.
No, he was
unfortunate.
not.
He sucked.
Yeah. My girl Sea Viper, though. Don't you be dissing her.
Yeah, you want me to complain about
Rocket heels. How can you not like that?
I'm fine with that. It's just like, I don't know. She's kind of an oddball on the roster because she's not really a good fighter. She's just cheating with powers. And the fact that she got put in Marvel 3 instead of literally anyone else.
Right.
Yeah, she cheated Rufus out of a character slot.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was the case. Imagine if Rufus was in freaking Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Oh no.
I could almost see it. He's one of the faster characters on Street Fighter. He might actually be a better fit. Which I hate to say. Yeah, you one example of bad big boys. That's there, Pink.
My favorite Street Fighter my favorite Street Fighter 4 newcomer was Zangief.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. No, actually, you know who my favorite Street Fighter 4 newcomer was? Freaking Yan and Yan.
Oh, who could forget Street Fighter 4 Twins Edition?
Yeah.
Ken had finally been supplanted.
Yeah, so Street Fighter, yes, that happened.
It's good. It lasts.
Eh. I would like it better.
Took him a long fucking while, but hey, it happened.
I would like it better if I didn't suck at taking throws.
Eh? Just mash the button. That's what I do. You know I'm bad at timing.
I tried doing that as well, but that's like literally the freaking like how most matches go when I try to take throws is they throw me twice, then they throw me the third time because I freaking missed the window apparently, and then the fourth time they do a mix up.
Heh.
So I've just given up. I'll learn it eventually.
Alright, anything else?
Yes. So I also I'm not sure if I should say finished or not, because technically I'm halfway there, but also not really. Okami.
Okami. I thought you already finished Okami.
No, I quit playing it for a while because I just had other shit.
Oh, okay.
Turns out I actually stopped like right before Orochi. Like literally before his door.
Who's Orochi?
The main boss.
Oh. Well, that might become important.
Yeah. So I fought him, there was a happy ending, and then the game, like I'm not sure yet if it's actually just continuing the main story or if it's supposed to be a post-story thing. Because PS2 games did do post-story stories. Sometimes.
I've definitely heard something about Okami with like you beat the final boss once and then keep going.
Yes. So I'm in the part where you keep going. And
Okay, I think that you actually have to go through a boss rush where you fight all the bosses again.
oh,
And
that's gonna be interesting.
there is one particular boss that is a real son of a bitch the second go around.
The guy with the lightsaber?
No. What was the ball? The weird transforming ball thing.
I don't remember that.
Huh.
Transforming ball thing. I don't know.
Okay. But I've definitely heard, like, you have to go through the boss again, and it's considerably more difficult that time.
Yeah, I figured. But yeah, the game had the thing is like the game aged graphically. I mean, the game aged a good bit, and then there's the menu art, and it's like not in this traditional Japanese or like Chinese. I don't know, probably Japanese freaking way that I just love because it's like ultra realistic, but then at parts cartoonish as well.
As seen in all human faces.
And freaking Susanoo's feet are so vile.
What? What did you say?
I'll see if I can find a picture.
Did you say vile or virile?
Vile.
Okay. I don't think you need to find a picture, honestly. Oh man, you know what's something fucking crazy I heard the other day? So you guys
Yeah.
remember? Well, Pink probably won't remember, but do you remember that boy band pop star guy that was kind of popular in like the early and mid 2000s? Jesse McCartney, I think his name was.
Oh, the first freaking Bieber clone or whatever.
I think Bieber came after.
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't know.
Right.
Because there's a guy with a similar name, but I think he came after Bieber.
Well, I found out the other fucking day that Jesse McCartney guy has a fucking Twitter account that is just him talking about his foot fetish and rating celebrity feet.
What?
I'm uncomfortable.
And I'm not joking. It's like pictures of like Salma Hayek at like a fucking red carpet thing, and she's got like shoes on that show off her feet. And Justin Timberlake like gives her a 9 out of 10 and like says something very very creepy or something. Did I say Justin Timberlake? I meant McCartney. Whatever.
Right.
That was one of the most surreal things I have seen in my life. That was like what, like I don't think I was meant to see that honestly.
Well, don't you want to freaking look at feet fetish people?
Like I mean, you do you, but why have a Twitter account for it? That's the part that's really questionable, honestly. Like, I mean, okay, whatever. Uh, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, what did you do this week, Addy?
Susano's feet.
You did Susan O's feet. You dirty
No,
bastard.
give me a sec. I've nearly found it.
I think we're fine.
But yeah, while I do that, I also got 2 more Assassin's Creed books because that's the only thing that my family knows about me. I guess.
Oh yes, our son, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. And so I got Forsaken and Black Flag. Forsaken is called differently because it's not just a complete novelization of 3. It's actually a novelization of 3 as well as some tactile lore.
Now,
So
didn't Black
yeah.
Flag have a manga or something?
It had a comic.
No, I'm pretty sure it had a manga.
I don't remember. I remember reading like the comic. I think it had a freaking derpy advert. That was my signature on the forum for a while, but I don't remember there being a manga.
I'm almost 100% sure.
I'm looking this up. Also, apparently, Susano's feet are only in the freaking PS4 release.
Oh, good to know. That was an extra added feature. They knew the game wasn't complete without it.
What was I looking up? Bloody
I
hell.
think you know what you were looking up.
No, I was blinded by
Assassin's Creed
Susano's feet.
manga.
Right.
Assassin's Creed manga. Oh my god. Oh. I am witnessing Dark Souls bug the fuck out right now.
Nice.
There is a guy who is falling in place forever, and so I can just combo him infinitely.
What? Let's see. Yes, what? This looks. This looks.
Yes, it looks.
Assassin's Creed Awakening is apparently what it's called.
I thought it was a Black Flag manga
It is.
with a really dumb picture of Kenway on it.
I don't know about. Oh right. Yes.
Like,
What? It did. One side is freaking Edward. The other side is Midoriya from freaking My Hero Academia.
oh, obviously. I mean, why wouldn't it be?
I'm pretty sure this came out before.
How are we supposed to know My Hero Academia ripped off Assassin's Creed, the manga?
Put up a timestamp.
The classic. That is not an option right now. Dark Souls does not let you pause. Hang on, see, ordinarily the Dark Souls pros, they think they're the best, but if they ever tried to make a timestamp,
Podcast
I'm
while
going to
also
prove my
Dark Souls.
superiority by making a timestamp and playing Dark Souls at the same time. And this will be
I'm gonna post the
this will be the new Dark Souls speed run. And okay,
timestamp percent.
Dude, type in 3:14:15. Because it's changing rapidly, and I don't think I'm going to be able to type
There
it
you go.
one-handed. Okay, there we go.
I did.
Thank you.
So there you have it. That's the cover of it, and I'm pretty sure this is the one I read. No,
Oh,
actually, I'm wrong.
Okay, that is actually a different cover from the one I saw, but that's still pretty bad art of Edward.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I turned around in my seat to look at that for a split second. I look back, a giant crossbow bolt sends me flying off a rooftop. Thanks a lot, Edward.
So yeah, that exists.
It sure
Yeah,
does.
So I've read a bit of Forsaken, and Forsaken is the book that's like the thing is you when we talked about this last time you said that the books don't matter, but the thing is I realized they kind of do, because for what happens in the games, they're mostly not canon, but for what happens off of the games, it's actually canon, which is weird, but it's how it is.
Didn't the crazy god chick only die off screen in a novel?
Yes.
Ha! Because fuck that
So
storyline.
So yes, books are canon. And this like for the longest time I said that Edward Kenway had the lamest freaking death. Because it's just a bunch of guys break into his home and just stab him. And that's how he dies.
He gets Barristan Selmead, is what you're saying.
I don't know. Possibly.
Keep going, keep going.
But yeah, so now I've actually read what happens then. And so what happens is 5 people break into the home, Haydam, who is 8, kills one of them. Edward kills 2 of them. And then 2 of them kill Edward. Which is still pretty freaking lame.
Are they Templars?
Not as far as I know yet, but I'm pretty sure they are. There's also this whole thing of Reginald Birch courting Edward's 21-year-old daughter.
Oh yeah, obviously. Classy.
Yeah. And there's also this thing of it's just not like I don't know. Reginald Birch is just not a good overall.
He's not good. He's just not a good. That's all. A good.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like a Templar Grandmaster, which is whatever. Like there are good people who are Templars. Or at least Assassin's Creed has been trying to make that be a thing. Yeah. But then you have freaking Reginald Birch, who I'm pretty sure paid off the people who killed Edward to kill Edward. So stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm also not sure how much of the game this covers, because it's written as if it was Haydam's journal, and I'm not sure if you've noticed, but Haydam dies.
Oh.
So I mean, it's towards the end, but it's still not the end of the game.
Well.
So yeah,
I mean,
Ghost Haydam. Ghost Haydam went back and wrote into his journal.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with it being incomplete. He needed to. He's writing down all the rest of history as well now.
Yeah.
It won't be complete until he's got the entirety of existence on there.
So I'm gonna be interested in seeing what they do with that. Other thing that I have a theory about is when I read the Assassin's Creed 2 book, which covers a bit of Brotherhood as well, at least seemingly, from what I remember. Ezio kills Cesare Borgia with poison, which isn't what happens in game or in real life.
No.
And the thing is, I thought about it, and I might know what happened with that. So the thing is, when I first played through Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I thought that Cesare killing Rodrigo was. Did I say freaking Cesare? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Rodrigo. Cesar accused Rodrigo with a poisoned apple, and I thought it was a bit of a cop out because they robbed you of killing the big bad.
Except that
And-
Cesare was the new big bad.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go on to, is that after I played through the game like 2 more times, I realized no, they're just showing that he's an even worse big bad. And so I liked how they did that, but assuming that Oliver Bowden, if it's actually just one person, I didn't look into him, so I don't know. But I'm assuming that Oliver Bowden actually played the games, which who the hell knows. He might have also felt that it was a bit of a cop out, so he just wrote whatever ending he felt justified for Rodrigo. Which, yeah, I don't think that was a good move, but it happened. So yes, that was that as well. Then what else? I put in some more time with Skate 3.
Skate 3, yes. Pink, do we want to reinstall that and like try it again?
We can definitely try.
I mean, according to EA, we can't even try, so...
It's weird because from what I remember when we last played together, I invited y'all from the team menu. The team menu is still locked off, but I can invite you I could invite you through the Xbox 360 menu, and
Yeah.
I could make a lobby. So
What the fuck? Was that the
Hey.
Soon's return? Okay. Yeah, I should have figured that much noise. Yeah, that's soon.
so yeah, that was it. So who knows if Skate 3 would work online? Because the parts are there, but then we also need EA's cooperation. Other than that, like I really like playing Skate, as in, just soon could you take off your freaking volume because it's feeding back real bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, not any worse than usual, though.
Right, where was I? So yeah, I really like doing tricks and shit in Skate, but then the missions just aren't that fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. So yeah, there's that.
All right.
I feel like, yeah.
I don't think I bothered to really put any time in Skate 3 other than the initial practice before the game. And I mean, really what I was hoping for was a Hall of Meat. Which we are...
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we can get on there, like, that is the primary appeal to us doing it again.
Yeah. Right.
Alright.
I think I did something else, but whatever. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
AI timed it almost perfectly.
Ooh. You can't think of it?
No.
Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of the game right now so I can focus on talking. Because it got to my turn to talk as I got to a very rough part. Ow! Shit. Right, hey. I watched 2 movies on Netflix. I watched The Irishman, which
Oh
is...
no.
Is that as boring as people are saying it is?
I can definitely see where people would say it's boring. It's a lot of
Okay.
nothing happening, that is certain.
I heard it was 7 hours long.
It feels like it. I think it's 3.5, which is very, very long as movies go. Not director's cut of Lord of the Rings level long, but still, it's up there. It is the big sort of gangster kind of, I guess, I don't know what to say, like the big finale piece for the mobster films, I guess. It's directed by Martin Scorsese, featuring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Harvey Keitel, Ray fucking Romano, of all people. That was weird.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, classic mob actor Ray Romano.
Oh.
And it's a lot like the thing is, it's based in real life because it's all about Jimmy Hoffa. Al Pacino plays Jimmy Hoffa. Robert De Niro plays Jimmy Hoffa's mob contact. And the thing about basing it, for one thing, off of real life, but also, and trying to actually be true to what we know, while also at the same time being based around Jimmy Hoffa, one of the most disputed cases, like, one of the most, what's a good word for this? We don't know how Jimmy Hoffa died.
Right.
But the movie tries to say how Jimmy Hoffa died.
Oh.
And for the most part, it tries to stay realistic, but at the end, the finale is kind of far-fetched, as you can imagine. Which, I mean, it's just...
Did they actually bring the aliens?
It seems like any movie that's about Jimmy Hoffa, or... who's the other big guy that's a mystery? What happened to him?
Tupac?
Yeah, well... I think the why is a big question. I don't think how or what happened is the question. I think why is the question. Like, JFK also, like, I think the question is more so the why, and the answer is actually pretty simple. The guy was fucking mentally unwell. But people think it's more interesting if there's a conspiracy, so, you know.
There has to be more to the story.
There has to be. It couldn't just be that this mentally ill person picked up a gun and was like, I love the Soviet Union, but I hate the Soviet Union, but I love it, so I'm gonna go kill the president now.
No way.
I mean, there is some stuff about the JFK thing that's a bit weird, like the fact that they won't declassify it.
True, but how much of that is just because of usual stuff of informants or just stuff that's, like, weird about JFK? Because JFK was into some weird shit.
I mean, they, like, scheduled the declassified thing and then they delayed it.
I remember Trump said he was going to declassify it, and then he didn't.
It was supposed to be disclassified. Some parts got declassified, but the majority did not get declassified.
See, I told you, it all comes back to the aliens, darn it!
Yes,
No, you're all wrong. You're all
Trump
wrong.
was like, yeah, I'm going to declassify that file. He looked through the file, he saw aliens, he's like, nope, this is bad for my presidency, and I don't need any more bad on my side.
Did you guys
And you
watch
see, Nixon
Ancient
was an
Aliens?
alien, that's why his head was so big.
The thing is, they have nothing to declassify because his head just did that.
They put an explosive in JFK's head when they made him president, the lizards did. The psychic lizard sex vampires. And JFK crossed the line, so they popped him in public. Right.
He literally crossed out of their freaking like radio reach.
The idea of it being an accident is actually better. Like, hey, so you guys are following JFK on that. What? Oh, I stepped out for lunch. Shit. Right. So The Irishman, it's kind of mundane because it kind of has to be. Because up until the moment of Jimmy Hoffa getting killed, it has to be about real people and the real mob and the real mob. Like, if people know about the crimes you did, you're a bad criminal. And by all means, these guys were pretty bad criminals in a lot of regards, but I mean, it's just kind of mundane, you know? And it's good performances. It's good performances, which is saying something, because I've never particularly liked Robert De Niro. Or Al Pacino. And I mean, of course, Joe Pesci's great, Harvey Keitel's great, but Harvey Keitel gets 4th billing in the movie. He's in 2 fucking scenes in the entire film. Like,
wow.
Yeah. Like,
how big do you think his paycheck was?
Anna Paquin gets like 5th or 6th billing. She honestly only has 1 line in the entire film.
What's that?
Yeah, that person. Yeah, that was Rogue.
Yeah, crazy shit. Yeah, her 1 line is why didn't you call her? And that's it.
That's exciting. How much do you think she got paid?
Probably not much. I don't know. Netflix was willing to dish a ton of money on D&D. I guess they could pay that much for her.
They really can't. They don't have any more money.
They gave it all to D&D.
Yes.
That was a mistake.
Whoopsie doodles.
Like Netflix is like super in debt even when they gave it to D&D.
Yeah.
They're terrible at spending money.
I'm sure Witcher will save them.
Yes, with its 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the only fans being people who already love The Witcher.
Because Witcher 3 has the DLC is free, guys. So therefore, therefore the TV show is great. Insane troll logic here, I believe, is the name.
Witcher 3 has free boobs.
Free boobs, right? They're
I
fighting
heard
against
3 boobs and I was confused.
So does the TV show.
Yeah, why do you think it has the 50%?
And it has Henry Cavill's butt.
Oh, well, that's where the other 50% went. I fucking hate Henry Cavill. When he got cast as Geralt, I was like, oh my god, it's a combination of two of my least favorite things. Thanks. I hate it. Oh my god, and the fucking Total War subreddit losing its mind because he said he plays Total War Warhammer. Fucking fuck off.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever. Anyways, Irishman. The Irishman ends really well. In the cap point, it feels like it's a deliberate kind of like... Scorsese knew it's going to probably be his last mob flick. So he ends it in the way that he wanted to be appropriate. Which is just... You guys aren't going to watch this, right?
Heck no!
Alright, I'll spoil the shit out of it. Robert De Niro's character is just left sad and alone in a fucking old retirement home in his 90s. All of his family hates him. All of his old mob buddies are dead. Everything he worked to do is pointless because he was just a guy. He was just a mobster who went around ruining people's lives.
Huh.
And I think that's kind of a nice capping point to the whole mob saga for Scorsese. Which is to say, yeah, there are some pretty cool dudes. They're also shit people.
Oh.
I also watched another much better Netflix movie, The Two Popes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
One
Pope
of the
fight.
Is
Pope
it a documentary?
No, it's a movie.
Whoa, what? I thought it was a documentary.
No, you might think that because Jonathan Pryor looks so much like Pope Francis, but no, it's a movie.
Huh.
Anthony
That's
Hopkins.
exactly what I thought. Like I was like looking at the clip, and I just thought that it was a documentary of like the two popes talking with each other.
No. The credit sequence, of course, mixes in a little footage of the real people, but lots of biopics do that. So
Yeah.
Is it not actually about the freaking Pope fights?
it is partially about the struggles between Pope Benedict and the not yet Pope Francis.
Oh.
And I gotta say, like, a large part of the movie you can tell exists because John Pryor looks so much like Pope Francis, which of course was hilarious at the time of Game of Thrones season 5. Let me tell you, like that's quite a transfer in terms of roles. Cause you remember who I'm talking about, right? Soon.
No.
Sparrow, the High Sparrow.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you ever notice that he looked suspiciously like Pope Francis? Well, he's the one they've got.
Kind of does. That's true.
He's the one they've got playing Pope Francis here. And they've got Anthony Hopkins playing Pope Benedict, a confounding casting choice because he looks nothing like him. But credit where credit is due. Like, this is the kind of movie, it is largely just about Pope Benedict and Pope Francis having theological discussion.
Apparently that was even a meme.
Yes,
That's funny.
It was. The
And
fact
they
that he
also
played
look
evil Pope in Game of Thrones added to it.
They also kind of look like Bernie Sanders a little bit. If you took off Bernie Sanders' glasses and like
Hair.
Yeah.
Also, increased the size of the nose by 50%.
Yeah.
Francis has got a real schnoz, he does. Pryor's one of the only guys in Hollywood who can match it.
Bernie has a pretty big nose too.
He does, but not that big.
Yeah.
My favorite freaking fun fact about Pope Francis is that he has a bloody rock album.
I think I remember that when they have a scene in the movie where Francis says, "I don't know music. I'm terrible at music." But the movie, the movie at its best is for about 70% of the movie, it is just them walking around the Vatican and talking about Pope things and where they disagree, because Benedict was a very conservative Pope and Francis is a very liberal Pope.
Mm-hmm.
The weakest part of the movie is about 30% of the movie is flashback scenes to when Pope Francis was younger. And for one thing, when he split up with his girlfriend to take the vow, and then later leading into the Dirty War in Argentina, and specifically Pope Francis's guilt over having not done as much as he could in the Dirty War. And like the filming was pretty bad. The camera angles, it was not a hyperactive camera, but a pretty active camera, and it gets much worse in the flashbacks. The fact that the flashbacks are trying to cover such a long period of Francis's life, it makes it very disjointed narratively. Like, overall, like, I know that, like, Soon's sitting over here thinking, like, oh, art house nerd, but I really would have just liked for the movie to have been Pope Benedict and Pope Francis talking. Because that was where it was really at its strongest. The set design for the Vatican looks fantastic. In fact, they may have actually just filmed in the Vatican. I'm not sure. If they didn't, it sure looks like it. The acting is fantastic on both parts. I knew Jonathan Pryor was good because he put in a hell of a job as High Sparrow. In fact, I would say Jonathan Pryor probably put in one of Game of Thrones' best performances. Wouldn't you agree, Soon?
Probably, yeah.
Like, Season 5, the only good thing about Season 5 is the High Sparrow.
Yeah.
How high was he? What drugs was he on?
Ketamine.
Jesus.
Oh!
I would say that Theon Greyjoy did better.
I mean, if we're just going to say, like, who was the best actor, then I wouldn't say it was him.
Well, yeah.
Because then we'd be running into Theon, Tyrion, fucking Tywin.
Yeah.
And, of course, Lena Headey, who didn't get nominated for any awards, but fuck that.
Well, Peter Dinklage was busy, like, hoarding them all.
Yeah. And Tyrion he did a good job as Tyrion. He deserved at least one of those.
Yeah,
He
he didn't
deserved
deserve
them
one
all.
for the last season, though, when he was literally just, like, sitting around
When his job was to be wrong.
making dick jokes.
Making dick
And
jokes
looking
and
all
telling
pouty.
making dick jokes and telling Daenerys to take the wrong choice.
Yes, and pouting.
And every time Daenerys is like, "Why do I still listen to you, Tyrion? You're a fuck up." And Tyrion's like, "Girl, I don't know. I am a fuck up."
And she's like, all right, I'll listen to you.
Now, what do we do about this Karth situation? Well, I propose we sit here for another 2 seasons while we wait for the rest of the storyline to catch up. Alright. So yeah, Irishman, like, I appreciated what it went for artistically, mediocre movie. Two Popes, really good movie, some distinct flaws, though. And as for video games, let's see, did I play anything? I guess I put in a bit of time with Street Fighter V, but Addy already talked about that. And barring that, I put in like an hour or two with Total War 3 Kingdoms. I do want to go through that real quick just because I want to talk to it soon, because it's wild.
Wait, what'd you say?
Total War 3 Kingdoms.
Oh, yeah.
I only put a couple hours into it, but for one thing, it already makes, like, by far my favorite addition to the series. When you lose a battle in single player, you can rematch. Cause, like, in Total War Warhammer, there are fights where it's like, I could have won that if I had done something different. And I have to load up a save, wait a fucking hour for it to load up, get back into the battle, wait an hour through that loading screen. Whereas 3 Kingdoms, just rematch.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a big quality of life feature. Barring that, have you seen the way that 3 Kingdoms structures its army buildings?
No, I haven't.
You don't build military buildings that, like, have specific units they build. You don't build an artillery building or an infantry building or a chariot building anymore.
Right.
What 3 Kingdoms has is every given lord is associated to one of 5 classes, and whichever of those 5 classes they have determines the guys they can recruit.
Oh. I was wondering why they, like, had armies separated into the several generals.
Yeah. And the wild thing
Uh,
is, only one of the classes gets access to artillery.
Wow.
Every
I
one of
take
the...
it that's the strategist one.
Yes, the strategist.
Hmm.
Otherwise, every class of... Well, the strategist is also the only one who gets access to skirmish cav, I think, as well.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's super weird. Strategists tend to be like
Oh, you know what? The cavalry guy
really
might get skirmish cav as well.
that just seems so weird to me because strategists are supposed to be like the more like um what's the word? More not civilized, but something similar to that. But and like horse archers are supposed to be like very tribal and nomadic.
Well, the northern horse tribes do get access to skirmish cav for everyone, I think, and that's part of their whole unique
Ah,
thing. Every
okay.
faction does get access to one or two big units that every lord can recruit. Like I
Yeah.
start up Cao Cao, and he gets access to a pretty good unit of like shock cavalry.
Yeah. It just seems weird to me that horse archers would be like the strategist.
Yeah, but well, it's like armored professional soldiers with crossbows on horses, which is a little more civilized than like wild naked person with a bow. You know?
Yeah.
We're not talking Dothraki here. We're talking professional soldiers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the other thing I want to mention just real quick is that the late units, it now works off of building up your character's skill tree and levels to eventually a point where they'll hit a certain level, and it's like, oh, you can now recruit the elite units of your faction. And that's kind of like that's kind of an interesting way of dealing with doom stacking, which is of course a big problem in Warhammer. Where it's
Yeah.
like, well, I've built the building that creates great swords. I no longer will build any other infantry unit. Steam tanks for everyone. Barring that, I need to put more time in with Three Kingdoms, but I'm done with that talk. Dark Souls, I finally beat Blighttown. And,
That's the one. That's the one that everyone hates.
yes.
Because
Oh, there's a multitude of reasons. You can't just name one.
yeah, I heard that like the frames are terrible in Blighttown.
Massive frame drops. All enemies deal poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
70% of the level is running along very, very thin wooden rickety platforms that shake as you walk along them.
Yep, I remember hearing all of this.
The entire map is one big maze that looks like just fucking piles of scrap wood from a distance, so you can't tell where you're going. It's covered in snipers that shoot poison darts at you constantly at a rate of fire much faster than your ranged weapons can go. Covered in very, very aggressive and fast enemies. And then once you get to the bottom, it's a swamp, and stepping in the water gives you poison damage as well.
Ew.
With that said, one of the easiest boss fights in the game once you clear all that. Because it's Quelaag. It's a giant spider with lava, and it's also got a naked woman coming out of the top. And the naked woman is supposed to be the important part. If you have literally any ranged weapon in the game, you can just stun lock her infinitely into death by shooting her in the human part. And that's all you need to do. And it counts as headshots for headshot damage as well. You can shoot her in the boob and it counts as headshot damage. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Barring that, like, Dark Souls relies a lot on fake difficulty in a lot of regards.
Oh yeah.
And I think Blighttown is one of the bigger examples. And Dark Souls 1 particularly does have the issue of everything having way too much startup. Have you played Dark Souls 1 soon?
No.
So
I played a bit of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, you've played Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne, both of which are quite a bit quicker. Bloodborne is on crack cocaine compared to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Dark Souls is all about blocking and having the slowest startup on all your moves. Which is a fucking pain. Barring that, I am winding up having quite a bit of fun once I get into the rhythm of it. But when you hit a wall, you hit a fucking wall in this game. I want to hear what you guys think about, like, there are certain moments in Dark Souls that can be kind of, I don't want to say gotcha moments, but they are very close. There's one particular section where you are going to be chased by a lot of skeletons that cannot be killed. You are going to run into a very dangerous enemy that you know to avoid. You will take the side path to avoid him. The side path crumbles from underneath you and throws you into an even deadlier enemy. I appreciate those kind of silly moments of, like, panic and gotcha, but at the same time, I've heard lots of people who just absolutely hate that shit.
I hate them.
I hate them.
If you're going to punish my creativity in avoiding the big bads, I'm probably not going to play your game for very long.
Alright, fair enough. I think I'm halfway done with the game now. Just about.
Mm.
And, yeah, that's about it for me. Alright. I think we can go ahead and call it an episode.
All right.
We will see you later, folks. Addy, say bye. Alright, whatever. I don't feel like pestering you this time. There we go.